Greetings, beloved. I begin. We're gonna begin like about, let's say we're gonna start about let's get to 33 people. No, we're gonna need 36 people today. We need completion. Come on. Share the live. Share the live with your bro stars, your sis stars. Share the live with the gods and goddesses. You know what I'm saying? Today's live, we're gonna talk about the Romardians. You like, yeah, who? Huh? Yeah, we're gonna talk about the Romardians, baby. But y'all gonna figure out sooner or later what it's really about. So you know how I get down, I break it all down to you so y'all can really digest, really understand, and really overstand what's really happening. So share the live with your bro stars, your sis stars. But today's topic is called Romardians. Alright? Romardians. Let that shit sink in. In the meantime, in between time, I need me some real ancestral today. Let me see. Give me some. Give me some Ogun today. We need some Ogun. Some real warrior energy to talk about what we gonna talk about. Some Ogun, baby. Yeah, this my shit. Yeah, this my shit. This is what we on today, baby. That's what we on. That's what we on, baby. That's what we on. Invite your favorite, I don't care who it is. Invite one of your peoples. Go ahead. Find your mother, your brother, your sis stars, your bro stars. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, find them. Send them. Tell them God is live. Go tell them. Tell the cat we live, tell the dogs we live, tell the goats we live. You know what I'm saying? Grand rising to you, beloved. That's to amazingly me, 888. I see you, baby. Grand rising to you. The God, I see you in here. I see you in here. Peace and love to you, family. Nature, I see you, beloved. Peace and love to you. Keys Relay. Hey, baby. Myra, what's up, beloved? Adrian, Simone, I see you too, beloved. What's up? Peace and divine love to you. Straight divine chaos energy to you. Peace be upon all my ancestors, all the ones that came before me, both known and unknown. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my ancient teachers, Dr. Delbert Blair. You know what I'm saying? All the ancients, Malachi Z. Yorks, all them. Yeah, we just getting started, baby. We just getting started. If you roll up, do your thing, roll up. If you get coffee, get your coffee. Let's get it jumping. You know what I'm saying? Do what you do. Free the guys. You know what I'm saying? Free the guys, man. Free the guys, please. Free my brother. Free Rashad, too. Free Dr. Malachi, too. You know what it is. Always showing love. Anyway, you know they be blocking me and all that. So the last time, hold on, you know what I need? I got my blue agave, baby. I got my blueberries. Got my macadamia nuts right here. It's up. It's up. Look, before I even get to pour no liquid on this internet, look, the last time I was on here, look, before I even get to pour no liquid on this internet, look, the last time I was on here, they blocked my live access for a whole 2 weeks because they said, hold up. Baby, hold up. I love you, but God talking. Hold up, I got you. Now, let me talk to you, baby. Now, look. The last time I was on live, TikTok claimed they blocked me and banned my live access for 2 weeks because they said when I looked at the reason, them goofies said they banned my live access because I was having illegal substances called alcohol and tobacco products. Now, y'all, to the TikTok people that be going against me, you know what I'm saying? Now, y'all, to the TikTok people that be going against me. You know what I'm saying? All y'all goofies up there that's in charge of the videos and all that be trying to, y'all CIA agents, y'all. God King Indiana, I've never been drunk a day in his life. You heard me? Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me, baby. Y'all know that. Y'all have never seen me drinking nothing. Alcohol, stop playing with me, baby. Stop playing with me. How y'all gonna try to block my live access, talk about I was using illegal substances like alcohol? Look, it's blue agave, baby. Every time I get on here, y'all know how I get down. Look. Yeah, let it marinate, baby. Ooh. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Alright? Stop playing with me. Alright? I got the macadamia nuts over here and some raw cashews too. Stop playing with me. What y'all mean y'all gonna block my live access for 2 whole weeks? Talk about is because of alcohol and I was smoking tobacco products. When? Stop playing. On God, y'all need to stop playing with me. Y'all be finding all the little dumbass excuses. See what I'm saying? Like y'all don't know God King no better than me drinking no damn alcohol. I already showed my people there's videos on this platform that I myself done released talking to you about what alcohol is. The word alcohol comes from the word alcohol, which is a spirit, a demonic spirit, you see? An Arabian god, right? And I already told demonic spirit, you see? An Arabian god, right? And I already told y'all, obviously, when you go to your liquor store, there's a whole liquor store in America on damn near every corner, right? Called Wine and Spirits. Stop playing with me. Wine and Spirits, y'all. You go there to go buy liquor, but it clearly says wine and spirits. But nobody want to ask, what is the spirit for? But y'all gonna block me, talk about y'all see me drinking alcohol products. How? Stop playing. God King don't drink nothing. Indiana don't drink nothing. You heard me? And worse, what? I've never been, and worse, what? I've never been drunk a day in my life. Nothing. See what I'm saying? So, whatever, so that little strike that y'all done gave me, talk about y'all see me drinking alcohol on live, so y'all ban my access because y'all said I was drinking alcohol and using tobacco products. Y'all lied. TikTok, y'all lied on me. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm calling y'all goofies out that own TikTok. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, while I'm on that, before I even continue, remember that little, look, I'm gonna expose y'all goofies because y'all playing with me. I'm gonna expose y'all goofies on TikTok. Look, that little shit that y'all came up with the other day, talking about y'all banned TikTok for a day. Y'all know y'all lied again. Just like y'all lied on me, TikTok, y'all lied to the people too. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing with me. God King Indiana is the truth. You heard me? Real divine energy. A God manifested in real form. You heard me? Not a human, not a man, not mankind, not a monkey, not none of these little dumbass titles you want to throw on me, baby. God King Indiana is exactly what I said, a king amongst the gods. You heard me? A title. Stop playing with me. Y'all lied to the people. Y'all said y'all got y'all banned TikTok for a day. Knowing damn well that was a whole lie. That was simply a server transfer. Server transfer. Who owns TikTok right now? Who owns TikTok? Y'all know y'all did that for 24 hours simply so you can transfer the ownership of TikTok over to Facebook. So who owns TikTok right now? Facebook. Stop playing with me. I'm gonna expose y'all goofies. You better stop playing. Don't ever lie on me again. What? Y'all don't lie on me talking about y'all see me drinking alcohol. What? God King Indiana don't get drunk. Why? Because I know when you go to these stores and you see wine and spirits, I understand that I'm a spiritual being, a God being, a soul, right? One that likes to inhabit your body, your vessel. So what do they trap in these bottles? Energy, spirits, right? One that likes to inhabit your body, your vessel. So what do they trap in these bottles? Energy, spirits. You don't even understand. Trapping energies, real energies, fallen entities. Real entities. Trapping it inside a form of liquor, liquid. Remember I told you everything's in one form of or another. It's called stages of matter. They didn't teach you this in school for nothing. Solid, liquid, gas, plasma, right? You must exist in something if you're going to be in existence. You're going to be one of these forms. Either you're going to be solid, you're going to be liquid. So you got, just like how we in this so-called, we are both solid and liquids, right? Solid, semi-solid, because you can still poke through, but it's physical enough for you to touch it. But you're at least 60% water. So you're part of the liquid family too. But we got water family just the same. We got mermaids. We got mermaids. What do you think? They don't exist? Where do you think they got the idea to give you Aquaman from? Mermaids do exist. They just don't want to be fucked with by y'all goofies. Those are my brothers, my sisters, my bro stars, my sis stars, my ancestors. Remember, beloved, before y'all came here, y'all came from the water. I keep telling y'all that. That's why you're still, majority of you is still water, right? At least 60%. If it's 100%, 100% makes the whole, right? 50% or 60% is more than half of you is still water. When you came here in your mother's womb from the water, right? You were floating in water the whole time. That's why they tell you your mother's water broke when it's time for her to give birth to your ass, right? When you cry, baby, when you cry, don't you see your tears are salty? Just like the ocean. I be going too deep for y'all goofies, and I see why y'all be trying to block me out. Stop playing with me. Them sirens, those are our families. Bro stars, sis stars, they be getting y'all goofy humans out of these waters because y'all chose to use the water as a hunting ground. You hunt the waters with no remorse. You do it for sport. You do it for money. You do it for financial gains, baby. Ravagers. Savages. And you don't stop. You never stop. Y'all just take. Don't give the ocean no time to rebirth itself. You take from the womb of the planet. All in the water, the womb. And y'all ravage her. Grape her over and over and over. Y'all grape the waters. So much so, we don't even have certain fish, water species anymore. Y'all hunted them to extinction. Y'all hunted the whales, which are or aquatic family. They're called the nomos, the dolphins, or aquatic families. Y'all done hunted them so much to make oil, beloved, huh? Certain whale species that was in the hundreds of thousands are now in only ones and two and 3,000s, only of them left. What y'all think Avatar Part 2 was about? The way of the water. What you think they was telling you? That was our bro stars and sis stars. They existed just like you. Only difference is they had the same Allah physique, arm, leg, arm, head. Arm, leg, arm, head. Only difference is they had dolphin heads. The head of a fish. What do you think the Dogon is talking about? The people of Dogon in Africa that told the scientists where Sirius was and Orion was. Long before the scientists ever invented a telescope, we told them how to get to heaven, which is in the Orion galaxy. The word heaven is coming from the word haven, which means port, a docking port, where, you know, like where ships go to dock. Yeah, that. So what y'all call heaven, stop playing with us. It's not no little magical place where you gotta be good, and you gotta pay your tithes every Sunday at church. You know, that's not what this is about. You can't commit no sin. What? Stop playing with me, TikTok. I've only shared about 10% of the shit I know. And look how long I've been on this internet. I've only given y'all about 10% of the genius. Y'all better stop playing with me. TikTok, I'm warning you. I'm warning you, TikTok. Stop playing with me. You can block all you want. You can ban all you want. But you're just banning the access on the app. You can't ban me directly. I am God in flesh. You can't do anything to this. This is divine protection. I'm surrounded by thousands of angelic spirits. Don't you see? Don't you see how beautiful I'm always smiling? You think if I was worried about you goofies, I'd be smiling all the time? You see how I glow all the time, TikTok? Regardless of the things I speak on, don't you see I never lose my vibration? Something got to be up with God, because why is he not afraid? He's going against the government. He's going against the pharmaceutical industries. He's going against who y'all call God in y'all Bibles. He's going against y'all schools, y'all books. He said y'all lying. He said all y'all books is wrong. He said all y'all medical books is fake. He said all y'all schools is wrong. Right? He said y'all offered him millions to be quiet. He said y'all shot his car up. He said y'all poisoned him with fentanyl. And that boy is still smiling. Still biting his lips. I'm saying, teeth still white. Eyes still bright. Teeth still white. Eyes still bright. Still a magnetic glow when I stare at you. Right? Y'all can't stop what's ordained. I have a certain light that y'all cannot dim. And even when you try to steal the light, remember you are not source. That's the difference. Last time I went live, I mentioned a couple of y'all that be coming in, act like y'all don't see me, but know y'all be checking me out on the low. And all of a sudden I see y'all, you know, the same vibe like y'all don't see me, but know y'all be checking me out on the low. And all of a sudden I see y'all, you know, the same vibration on y'all page and all that. Look, oh y'all, I congratulate you for what you're doing. They rather try to take the light. They rather try to mimic me. You congratulate you for what you're doing. They rather try to take the light. They rather try to mimic me. Use my wordings. You know what I'm saying? Their vibration. Your time will run out because you're not the source. You remember that? I don't get tired. You know why? I was always operating from within, and I told y'all that. So block, ban, do whatever y'all got to do. Remember, the knowledge and wisdom is within. So until y'all wipe me out, which I'm just going to reincarnate again, like I always been doing, I'm going to reincarnate again. Because guess what? I know not to go to y'all goofy ass moon. I know not to go to no light. Like y'all showed in the movies, talking about go towards the light. No, I don't care who y'all put over there. My mama, my father. I don't care if y'all put my own son over there that I love so much. Talking about come over here, dad. I'm like, hell no, little nigga, hell no. Hell no. I'm going back to this planet on a little mission until I wake my folks up. I came here with 144,000 of my bro stars and sis stars. A lot of y'all, since y'all came on this planet as Starseeds, y'all fell asleep. Y'all let the alcohol get to you. You let the weed get to you. You let crack cocaine get to you. You let fentanyl get to you. Opium got to you. You let some sex get to you. You let some pretty women get to your ass. You let that nigga with some good dick get to you. Starseed, you failed. And I was sent to remind you of self. You are just like me. Why you think you're attracted to this light, baby? You're just like me. But we sent your ass on a mission. I came here with y'all. Who you think Dr. Delbert Blair was talking about when he said those indigo children is coming? That's us. He was telling y'all this in the 50s, 60s, 70s. We came in the 90s. Those rainbow children, that's us. Ain't no new beings. I keep telling y'all that no new beings came here after the year 1940 and 50s. All of us are ancient souls. There's a war going on. War. Real war, baby. Real war going on. Y'all came here with me on the same mission. There's millions of us on this planet, but we came here 144,000, baby. Me and my bro stars and sis stars. We came through the portals of our mother. We didn't come from them. We came through them. Why you think you don't get along with your family like that? Why you think they call you the so-called black sheep and all that? You are just like me. But your ass lost your way. You got heartbroken. You got cheated on. You cheated too. That's earthly shit. Wake up. Family members died. You lost your job. Stop playing with me. You have a job to do. You know like how they say when they ask they favorite Jesus, what they say? What they say to Jesus, they say to him, who you came here for? And he said you only came for the lost sheep of Israel. Right. He didn't say he come here for the world. He ain't come here for everybody. Same way, I didn't come here for everybody. I was sent here to wake up the angelic beings, the starseeds that was sent here on a mission, and y'all fell asleep. Let those that hearken onto the vibration of my voice truly understand and feel the passion that's coming out from within me. Let my soul connect with your soul on a molecular level. Let this fire within you be ignited by the sound of my voice, the vibration that floweth from me. Let the vibration that floweth from me and the light that flow from me touch all ends of this planet, each and every one of them. Astral project my essence from this spot exactly where I'm at to every corner where every starseed is located, known and unknown. Let these words vibrate their souls. Let them want to change. Let them want to move. I harness the power of this beautiful amethyst crystal. Magnify it, electrify it, for I am divine. I was sent to wake my starseeds up. This is my purpose, and I am ordained by the Most High. I'm ordained by Source. I can't be stopped. I can't be stopped. I can't be stopped. Ashe, ashe, ashe. 3. Ashe, ashe, ashe. 6. Ashe, ashe, ashe. 9. Let's proceed. There they go again. Sending me messages, talk about they about to block the live again. For what? I ain't even start saying nothing yet. That's how y'all know. If y'all favorite TikTok peoples or your content creators, they're not blocking them, they're not saying nothing. They're part of the system. You heard me? If they're not attacking them like they attack me, that's because they're a part of the system. The information they're putting out is not going to move your soul. They're a part of the system. You heard me? I don't care how many followers they got. I wasn't here to be famous, baby. I'm here to be felt. Care about being famous. I'm here to be felt. I'm here to ignite your shit. Remember that. Now, Boss Lady 88, I see you. King Vaughn, what's up, Lo? I see you. Ashe. Truth, I see you, baby. Charisma, what's up, beloved? I see you, goddess. Now let's tune the vibration up to the right frequency. You know what I'm saying? Let me take some time and greet my family. Big Germ, what's up, God? I see you, family. Grand Rising. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Ashe, Ashe. Uh-huh. To my ancestors, known and unknown. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Sean Breezen, what's good, family? Ashe, Ashe. Yeah. Relay Deja, I see you, baby. Ashe, Ashe. Yup. Ian Moon, what's up? Ashe. Boss Lady, I see you, baby. Ashe. Now, let's slow the live down a little bit so we can tune the frequency up. Drop your city. Let me know where you're from, where you're listening from. So you can tune into a different vibration before they try to say, yeah, I just tuned the frequency up to such a level. They already sending me little messages talking about they trying to, yeah. But I know TikTok, when y'all did that 24-hour ban, what I told y'all did. Y'all transfer servers. Y'all ain't banned nothing. Y'all was buying time to transfer servers from TikTok to Facebook. That's why as soon as you get on TikTok right now, they talk about, do you want to share it to your Facebook friends? Nah, Goofy, y'all merged. What do you think? Go in the settings on your TikTok on your TikTok app, and you see what I'm saying is facts. You say all rights reserved to Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg and them. Listen, man, stop playing with me. Alabama in the building. Hey, Tango, Delero. Yes, I'm telling the truth. Yes, what you mean? No. Yes, I'm telling the truth. TikTok was never banned. What? No. They was buying time so they can transfer the server without you even knowing. Ain't no, Facebook be studying your ass all the time. Trying to track you. See what you study. See what you watching. Who you watching. How you watching. How long you watching. I ain't gonna wish my folks would wake the hell up and see what I'm trying to teach them. King Von Low, what's up, God? I see you, fam. Lala, what's up, baby? Yeah, they Facebook on it. I say what I said. The God, yeah, I see you. LeBlanco, what's good? 1517, yeah. On my soul, gang. Yeah, we gonna put it on Caesar Borgia. Yeah, we gonna put it on Caesar Borgia and Baby Jesus. Yeah. That I'm telling y'all the truth. That TikTok was never, ain't no ban going on. It was a server transfer from TikTok to Facebook. Put it on Caesar Borgia. Yeah? Put that on Baby Jesus. We gonna put it on blonde hair, blue-eyed Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing with me. My God. On gang, we gonna put that shit on Baby Jesus. You heard me? And his 12 disciples. Yeah, put that shit on Mark, Matthew, and Luke and all them. And John too. Yeah. We gonna put that shit on Immaculate Conception. You heard me? Yeah. All that other goofy shit that they got going on. That's what we gonna put it on. Yeah. Just don't put it on me. You heard me? Yeah. Yeah, but TikTok, y'all had me going off for a little because y'all playing with me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna lie on me. I don't never allow nobody to lie on me. You heard me? I can speak for self. Y'all gonna ban me? Talk about I was using alcohol and tobacco products. TikTok. Tobacco products. TikTok. Remember what I said. God King don't drink. Therefore, God King have never been drunk in his life. I don't know what that shit even feel like. Never. I don't allow no spirit. What y'all talking about? Wine and spirits at y'all liquor stores. Wine and spirits. Alcohol, like I said in the get-go, comes from the word alcohol. Alcohol is a spirit deity. Demon. Can y'all hear me dropping 9? Dropping 9. Yeah, free God too. Free God, free Rashad out there. You know what I'm saying? Free Malachi Z. York out there. And all them other, you know what I'm saying? Free Larry Hoover. Free King David. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, free the guys. Yeah. Real spiritual mediums that was trapped and locked up in their system because they don't want them to be out here freeing minds. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I see them 9s. Ashe. Ashe. Look, that Kundalini energy is running through me so much, I can't even stay still. You heard me? I can't even stay still today. I'm God. But free to God, though. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to some of my favorite teachers, Dr. Deborah Blair. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sister Vicky. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mama T. You know what I'm saying? I love me some Mama T. You know what I'm saying? You heard I love that little elder goddess. When y'all see her, let her know God King Indiana say what's up. Yeah. Tell her that. Dr. Sabi, one of my favorites. Yaki. Huh? Dr. Africa. Dr. Yosef Ben Buchanan. Right? Shout out to Nip. Rest in peace. Right? Happy transcendence to your I would say not to the person, but to the character. If you know what I just said, because Nip is all right, but his character was assassinated. Shit is deep. Shit is deep. I can't go in too much on that part, but Nip is all right, but his character is assassinated. I can't say too much on that. But Nip, you know what's up, just like Tupac know what the fuck is up. The characters is assassinated. But them, they all right. Can't say too much. Can't say too much. Bobby Hemmett, one of the greatest. So yeah. So look. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave it right there for that on that note. But let's transition back. Stop playing with me, TikTok, lying on me, talk about y'all see me drinking alcohol. Alcohol is from a spirit deity. When you drink that shit, it goes inside the vessel. And when it goes inside the vessel, once you drink enough of that shit, then the spirit actually inhabits your vessel because he's like a wraith. What is a wraith? Just like how you got a Rolls Royce Phantom and they call that shit a wraith. What is a wraith? A wraith is a disembodied soul that cannot, they basically don't have, they in such fear, they don't want to leave this current physical realm. They don't want to leave this planet, so they stay stuck here. They like disembodied souls. See what I'm saying? So they call them a wraith because they don't want to transition to keep moving on to the next realm. They want to stay here and fuck shit up. So we call them wraiths. Ashe. Ashe. Thank you, totally Tasha, for pouring back into divine being. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, beloved. Appreciate love you. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Right? So because they are disembodied souls that we call wraiths, you go to the liquor store, you call it wine and spirits. So what you do when you start drinking alcohol, or you allowing alcohol to inhabit your vessel. That's why I see once you start getting actually drunk, right? Once you start actually getting drunk, then you start acting outside of yourself. Why? Because you got something else, another spirit within you that's now taking over the mind for that temporary time. Listen to me carefully, baby. I told you it's a lot of rituals that go on in these actual industries that they sit down and make the alcohol, manufacturers and all that. They sit down over these things. They pray over these things. A lot of demonic spirits is actually involved in it, putting themselves into it. Like I said, you got things in many different forms: solid, liquid, gas, plasma. Just like how you exist in solid, you got families that's in the liquid form. You got families that's in the gaseous form. What is a ghost? A ghost is simply a being that exists in the gaseous realm. See what I'm saying? Yes. It exists in a gaseous form, so you can't see it with the physical eye no more. So because it doesn't have a physical vessel to reflect light. Remember, you only see things because it reflects light. Then your retina receives it. See what I'm saying? But once you lack the physicality to reflect light, that don't mean you don't exist no more. You're still right there. Right? That's why I see when people transition, they be like, my mama just came and see me before she left. My papa just came and see me. I just see my brother. Remember when the person transition, right? When a person transition, it takes about 60 to 72 days for them to actually leave the planet. See what I'm saying? They still be lingering around because they still so trapped in the physical that sometimes some of them, they just like, where the fuck I'm going to go? This is all I know. They're afraid because remember, a lot of them never got enlightened before they transition now. So when they transition, they only got what they know. That's why you be repeating the realm over and over. See, this is school. But if you come to school and you ain't learn what you're supposed to learn, don't they make you repeat class? It's the same thing. Earth is like a school. See what I'm saying? A divine school. Class is the same thing. Earth is like a school. See what I'm saying? A divine school. One of the only places that you can learn certain type of things. You feel me? Emotions. Falling in love. Type of pain. You don't get to experience that type of shit on other planets. So it's like a dojo. You see what I'm saying? So some of these beings, they leave. Some stay right here. They call them wraiths. This is what you have. That's why when you saw those wraiths, a lot of them are involved in the alcohol system. They need a body to operate on. They need a body. Now, when you go drink the alcohol that these spiritual beings lives inside of, right? That's why I call wine and spirits. When you drink these alcohols, it goes inside the vessel, takes over the vessel, right? So when you get to that drunk state, you notice a lot of them, they say, I blacked out. They don't even remember what the fuck happened to them last night while they was in that drunken state. See what I'm saying? Let's get to 100,000. 100,000. Tap the screen. 100,000. Show them we can talk about real shit and still get to the same shit that they talk about. Levels, baby. Show them. Tap the screen. Look. Look, family. Look. These wraiths are disembodied souls. Disembodied mean they lack a body. They lost their physical vessel. So now they be wandering the planet, trying to get vessel that's in a low vibration that don't understand certain levels of spirituality, so they can take over your shit. So when you drink these alcoholic beverages, remember I told you the root word of alcohol is alcohol, a spirit demon from the Arabic religion. See what I'm saying? And when these deities inhabit your body, right? When they inhabit your body, you go through a phase where you don't remember shit. Now, notice after you do all the fuck shit, whether it's going to be sexual rituals that you do, whether you start doing some dumbass shit, fighting and all that, somebody got to slap the shit out you or go upside your shit because you acting out of control. You acting outside of self because you're no longer in control of self. Because there's a being within you, a spirit within you that's controlling you. Remember, the only reason why you can move in the first place is because of spirit. What is spirit? Another fancy word for the word electricity. Hear me? In religion, they gonna say spirit. In science, them niggas gonna say electricity or plasma. See what I'm saying? So spirit and electricity is the same thing. Right? That's it. It is your spirit is electrical. So if you don't have spirit, you can't move. So what you do when you drink or you go to the wine and spirit store, you allow another spirit to temporarily operate your vessel. Right? You know when you get it out? You know when you get the spirit out? What you call it? After you get drunk, you sleep it off. Right? What happens to you the next day? You call it a hangover. Huh? You call it a hangover. Guess how you get the spirit to exit your ass? You start throwing it up. And all that shit just exit the vessel. Then, don't it? That's only when you begin to feel good. You better stop playing with me. That's when you begin to feel good again. That's how you get the spirit that you just poured into your vessel. You poured it in there. And when that hangover comes, that's you. That spirit needs to come out. So the real spirit that deserves to be in here, because it can't stay in there forever, this is not its body. This is not its body. It's borrowing your shit. But you allowed it. You know, like how when you see the movies, you got to invite Dracula in, or you got to invite the vampire in before it can actually go in your house. Same way. This is your house, your temple. You were the one that invited that shit in. So you can't be mad. It got permission from the owner. You gave it keys. Yeah, you gave it keys, baby. So it entered into you and took over for a little bit. Niggas be talking about, I just blacked out. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. Nah, nigga. You was being controlled. Because you gave up control of self. So something else had to control you. Because something must be in control at all times. Whether it's going to be you or something you allowed. So, now you understand. Now, with all that being said, do y'all really think? Do y'all really believe TikTok when they say they banned me because I was using alcoholic beverages on live? Y'all believe that goofy shit? God King don't drink, and God King has never been drunk in my entire life. Now I done smoked now. Don't play with me. I done smoked, sparked up some shit. But guess what? I kept that shit real with y'all, and I did all that shit publicly. All that shit public. Y'all believe that goofy shit? Me. What have I hidden from y'all? Look. Y'all done see me on here really crying. When I told y'all them goofies poisoned me with fentanyl through my weed, right? Y'all see me on your smoke. Majority of my first live lectures, I was always rolling up and sparking. Always. Because why? I was smoking weed for 15 years. Every week, 2 ounces. Faithfully. Every week, 2 ounces. For 15 years in a row. You heard me? I never hit that shit. I was on your smoking. Matter of fact, some of my older videos, you gonna see me in there sparking up some shit. On ganging them. On baby Jesus. On Mary Magdalene and all of them. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. You know. Y'all saw me smoking some shit. Matter of fact, y'all know where I'm from. I told you where I landed on this planet. I landed in the country they call Jamaica. What you think we do over there? Alright? So on baby Jesus and them, y'all did see me sparking up some shit. Right? On Caesar Borgia. Right? So, yeah, I wasn't playing. I always kept that shit 1,000 with you. So when I told you I've never drunk or never got drunk in my life, y'all should know I'm keeping that shit 1,000 with y'all. I keep that shit real G. 1,000. God King Indiana don't drink. So TikTok, y'all tried me. Y'all failed though. Y'all failed. My real true supporters from day one, they ain't rocking with none of them lies that you trying to put on me. I told y'all stop telling lies on me. I'm gonna clarify all that shit. Now, after 15 years of smoking, y'all see me get on here and I'm telling you, I feel like I got poisoned through fentanyl. And I really was. I really was poisoned with fentanyl. Something I've never tried a day in my life. But it was in my weed. And as soon as I sparked that bitch up, one hit, I was down. I fainted. I'm like, oh shit, that shit never happened to me before. I was in so much pain. Beloved, after 15 years of smoking 2 ounces of weed every week, right? I had the strength, beloved, to look within and say, yo, you know what? Everything has a season and a reason. You heard me? So sometimes you need certain things for that time frame. So when I was using weed, I needed weed at that time because I was receiving downloads for all these years since I was like 9 years of maturity. Notice I ain't say 9 years old or none of that. Since I have 9 years of maturity on this planet. You got to understand spells. I don't get old, baby. I'm always forever young and I shall forever be beautiful. You heard me? Swear to God, I'm baby Jesus. Hey, y'all not gonna like me today. Look. Since I was 9, I've been receiving these deep divine intelligence. Been linking with angelic spirits, powerful beings. Right? My thoughts would come in so fast and so rapid, I'd have to hold my shit like this sometimes. I needed help. It was coming in so fast and I was being flooded with so much information while being young. I was a terrorist to my teachers in school. You heard me? Them boys couldn't say nothing without me interjecting. What? That don't make no damn sense. What? It's what? History teacher? He ain't like me for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So what we did for me at the time, it helped me slow down my thoughts. I'm talking to y'all on some real shit that I never probably broken down on the internet as to why I really quit something I love so much. Yes, I love weed and I still do. Right? But hear me clearly when I'm talking to you. I still do. Shit. Now, it would help me slow down my thoughts. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be able to go to sleep at night. Maybe till sometimes I'd be up 3, 4 a.m. in the rising. Just can't go to sleep. But then the weed helped me with that. See what I'm saying? But eventually, you know, as your grandparents would say, your ancestors would say, too much of one thing is good for nothing. Hear me again, baby. Too much of one thing will be good for nothing in the long run. So what I'm saying is, eventually, after using it for 15 years, over and over and over, I felt like it done its time, and what it needed to do, I didn't no longer need it anymore. I could now control thoughts. I could now control the downloads. And when it got too deep for me, I would tell my guides and my angelic beings around me, look, y'all pushing me too hard. Y'all giving me too much at once. Slow down for me a little bit. Make it simple for me to understand so I can teach the people. Help me to understand what I'm actually seeing. Right? You ever be walking around and like sometimes you just see like some shit is just floating? Like they look like little worms and shit, but they like invisible, but they just be floating in the air. Like I don't know how to explain what it's called, but it's like these little codes, right? They like little things that they just float, and sometimes I'll be blinking my shit like this because I'm really seeing these codes though. I'm really seeing them. You know what I'm saying? Like they look like little things just floating around in the air, like the chosen ones know. Look, I'm not talking to a regular today. I told you I'm sent here to only wake up the real starseeds. If you can resonate with what I'm saying, know you are a starseed. Okay? A starseed. Regulars don't know what the fuck I just said. You heard me? Look, I'm talking some real shit now. Sometimes, especially when the sun is really glaring, I would look out and like these things is just floating. They look invisible, but I'm seeing them though. But they just right there. You feel me? Like, I ain't trying to scare y'all now, but I'm trying to show y'all some real shit. But they would be right there, beloved. Just floating around. Sometimes I'd be like, I thought I need to fix my eye, but there's nothing wrong with my eyes though. But they're really there. Tap the screen. They're really there. Right? Now, I needed to understand what that was. Weed brought me the explanation that I needed. I started at about 19. I fell in love with Mary. Put it on baby Jesus, his mother. I fell in love with Mary Jane. You know what I'm saying? Especially when I started making music. Oh my goodness, weed would make me hear some sounds in the beat that I was listening to that I just didn't know existed. I promise. When I would get a beat and I started hearing the vibrations of this beat, when I'm telling the producers what I'm hearing, they lost. They like, where's that sound? I'm like, look. It's right here. It's right here. If you look, slow down by right at the 3rd bar before it hit the 4th bar, or you slow down to the 18th bar. I'm like, look. It's right here. It's right here. If you look, slow down by right at the 3rd bar before it hit the 4th bar, or you slow down to the 18th bar. Look, from the 18th to the 16th bar, all that motherfucking section right there, there's these sounds in there that's talking to me. And it's telling me these words to say. If y'all don't believe what I'm saying, if you go on the internet, y'all find me recording some songs. It's called my on that page was never written by hand. Never. And all of them was recorded under 15 minutes. All of them. Swear to God on baby Jesus. All of them. Never had to write no songs a day in my life. But I did that shit for over a decade. I'll be in the studio with some of the most brilliant minds. And as soon as they pull on a beat, I'm just like, I'm just tapped in. Give me the beat and give me your headphones. I do like this for about 5-10 minutes and I'm ready. Turn the beat on, let's go. I've never written a day in my life. Same way, you won't see me with a book because I'm trying to show you something that's really going from within my vessel. Now, what is marijuana? Because you got me breaking this shit down because y'all lied on me and shit. I ain't even start the lecture yet before I really came to talk to y'all about. Right? Y'all really lied on me. Now, let's be clear. Just like I told you I don't drink and I've never been drunk in my life, let me tell y'all the real. I haven't smoking no weed in almost a year. You heard that? Remember, I already told you I smoke like a chimney. I'm a real dragon when it comes to sparking up this fire. All right? 15 years in a row, I was a real dragon out here. You heard me? I'm talking about I couldn't eat without sparking up first. When I get up, I'm sparking before I brush my teeth type shit. If I can't get no weed to smoke, I'm pacing back and forth in my house. Look, I'm talking about. If I can't get no weed to smoke, I'm pacing back and forth in my house. Look, I'm talking about. You heard me? I was really pacing back and forth without this real shit because in my system, I didn't realize what I've done. Let me talk to you now. Let's get it deeper. All right? Gratitude for all the gifters because y'all know, as I always tell y'all, I put out free content and sometimes it gets draining because it's by myself. To put all these videos together, and I appreciate love the ones that come back and pour back into God King Indiana and know that I'm really trying to uplift your consciousness for real. It takes time to do this. It takes energy to do this. So I love y'all. Let's go. Let's go deeper. Marijuana. Real name, Cannabis. Right? We brought that from the 19th galaxy. We also brought that from the Canis minor in the Canis major star system. Notice it's called Cannabis, and I told you just now, weed is an extraterrestrial plant. It wasn't always here. We brought it here in the 1900s, less than 100 years ago. We brought it here. We brought it here. Yes. Why? Because human beings, their pineal gland was gel shut, calcified. And we needed something to wake their ass up because they was too barbaric, too savage. They had no love in them. Evil beings. That's why I told you humans meant monsters. They acted like monsters, walking on all fours like monsters would. Born with their monkey tails and all that. You see? We was the one that reverse engineered the humans from their savage ways. Their barbaric ways. Right? Strapping them onto boards and planks and strapping them to the ground and shit. Stone at the bottom of the feet. Stone at the bottom of the head. At the top of the head, I mean. Why you think the human women was always flat as hell? That's how we straightened their spines. They was really running around with monkey tails. Right? So we would literally strap them on like planks and boards and trees. Tie them up on the damn tree. Wrap them around and shit. Right? To straighten their spine. That's why you see before the Lou 19 like right now you see these what's the word I can use to not let them be offended and try to ban this content? Humans, man, just humans. I don't want to say no specific human, but y'all know what I'm saying, right? The white T ones, the YT. Let me make sure I say it very slow so it don't sound like I'm saying white. I'm saying YT, the letter Y and the letter T. Man, these Caucasians, I don't like to sugarcoat myself. It's very irritating to my soul. I don't like to be controlled. I don't like to have to speak to y'all in such a way where I can't fully express self. It is annoying. But damn. Look, man. Look at the study all of them. I don't care which species of the humans you get. They always were just flat. Just flat. Or goddesses always been robust. Always been thick. Sexy. Curvaceous. Us. Right? Not them, though. They just started getting this way. We all know that. Just started getting this way. Now you see they got some ass on them. They doing a bunch of squats. They going to the gym. They wearing them little leggings that be going right in between their ass and shit. So now they shaping that shit out. They wasn't always like this, though. Right? So that's how we got to them. Right? That's how we reverse engineered them. Right? The monkey theory, as what you say, Roman print. You said that's why I can't stand that quote. We came from monkeys-ish. I turned into an owl real fast. Cause oh my God, I love that. Look, yes, yeah. I'm on the same vibration. But look, why you said that, let me tackle that. The monkey theory is truth. That's not truth for us. See what I'm saying? You can still find human beings till this day being born with monkey tails on them. Still being surgically removed at birth. It's still happening right now. In the millions. Stop playing with us. It's still happening right now. Right? So Because these humans were monsters, let me get back to what I was saying to you about marijuana and them being human beings and monsters. Because they were this way, we brought marijuana from the Canis major star system and the Canis minor as well. Notice Canis sounds like cannabis, because that's where it came from originally. It came from the Canis star system in the 19th and 8th parts of it around the Orion galaxy. Right? Y'all heard that? I hope I'm not going too deep for y'all. Hold up, let my blue agave marinate a little bit. Let me give me some blueberries. Whew. Let that marinate for a little bit. God said cannabis is an alien plant. God said us, the gods and goddesses, brought it from the Cannabis major star system, and we brought it to Earth to help free the human monsters. Yes, he did. Yes, I said that. Yes, I said that. Let's go. So, let's prove that. Just like how just like how alcohol has a spirit attached to it, but it's masculine, right? And it takes over your vessel. And I told you get rid of it by when you start throwing up for the hangover period, right? Marijuana is a female. And they call it Mary Jane, right? They call it Mary Jane. When you smoke marijuana, when you put fire to it, you ignite her. When you begin to inhale, you're literally taking her within you. You're becoming one with this spirit, this woman, this energy, this feminine energy. I'm talking to you. Here they go sending me messages. Look, man. Y'all got me real messed up. Y'all think it's a game with me. Y'all really think it's a game with me. But look. Free my ether, baby. Free my ether. Let me flow. Let me flow. I feel like there's energies like blocking me from saying what I need to say. I feel like they're just energies. All of a sudden, I feel like overwhelmed with emotions and shit. All right. Look. Positive energy is all I need. Look, we have to combat shit that's going on. See how glossy they got? That's water. Now, let's flow. Let's flow. They know I'm really unlocking some shit within y'all. They understand that. They understand that. I'm really sparking y'all shit up for real. Now, divine protection over my entire vessel and everyone is viewing this live lecture right now. It's time to smile. Come on. Come on. So, beloved, let me talk to y'all souls again. Because they think I'm one to be played with. So I gotta take it. I gotta turn this in a little way off a different frequency that only the real ones that divinely love me will understand. Right? So we're gonna turn a different frequency. Not loud. Controlled chaos. Divine chaos. I am that I say I am. Pay attention. Now. Marijuana is a feminine plant. She's a spirit that we brought to this planet, right? When you spark marijuana up, I told you we brought her from the Cannabis major star system. It's an extraterrestrial plant. She ain't come from this planet. We brought it here to help the human beings be civilized and act more civil. They were very barbaric, very dangerous to our species, right? We'd grape our villages and our goddesses. Why? Because at that time, they couldn't take sunlight. So they would come and capture our goddesses. Why? Because they were hemophiliacs, meaning their blood lacked the ability to clog fast enough or clot fast enough. So if they would bleed, they would start just bleeding out. And they couldn't take sunlight. So they had to mix genetics with you. So they would come and they would capture you to try to have children with you, babies with you, so they're offsprings. Remember how they showed you movies like Blade? You got the day walker, the night walkers. You know what I'm saying? You were always a being like Blade. Remember, Blade is black now, and Blade was able to take sun. The other beings could not, so they needed blood. They were like vampires. You see? Matter of fact, I'm gonna say something that y'all probably never heard no one else say to you. How did George Washington died? Remember him? Who y'all said is the first president, but I told you that's a lie because long before he became president, we had black presidents ruling the country first, like 14 of them, right? George Washington was selected by a Moor, right? Benjamin, I think he's now Benjamin Banneker, him, right? A Moor. Who were these Moors? Beings that came to us from the Sirius star system. Sirius B and Sirius C. Right? Now, how did he die? George Washington. They found his ass drained of his blood. What I say? They found him drained of his blood. What you think did that to him? So what I'm saying is, George Washington was taken out by a vampire. Look, man. You still got blood banks. All right? We needed to civilize the human beings. They were barbaric. Blood drinking, bloodthirsty, savage. You see? So we brought an extraterrestrial plant to this planet to help civilize the humans because they were a plague to us. You see? Look. Don't believe. Nurse Rail, with your beautiful self, don't believe, goddess. Don't believe. Feel. You see? Look at that word that you just typed down there. Believe. What it says, goddess. Don't believe. Feel. You see? Look at that word that you just typed down there. Believe. What it says. B, lie. B. L-I-E for lie. B-E for two. You see? Now, don't believe. Feel. Your soul will tell you if what I'm saying is off or it's not. Feel. Love you. Now, that's how he was taken out by a blood drinker. They found his ass drained of his blood. Remember that. All right? So, when we brought cannabis here was to help civilize or decalcify the pineal gland of the human beings. Right? Now, look at the humans that they call the hippies. Right? The ones they call the hippies. Don't you see them weed smoking human beings? They got locks on them. They happy every time you see them. You won't find a racist hippie to save your life. You go over there, you go to, all right, there's a place over there in Colorado. Right? You go over there and meet some of them hippies, you think you in Jamaica. You think you in Caucasian Jamaica. Okay? Them white boys over there, they loving. They act like they one of us. They got locks on them. They speak in high vibration. What did that to them? The same cannabis, I'm telling you, that they're smoking so much that we brought from the extraterrestrial Cannabis major star system. Notice they act completely different from the regular humans. And notice, the humans act like they don't exist. They like, no, we don't fuck with them too much. Right? They treat them like they like how them house Negroes that went to their colleges treat the niggas that's in the hood like they far gone. Oh, I got a PhD, so I can't talk. I drive a Benz, so I can't talk to you because you drive a hoopty. Oh, I be jumping on private jets, so you sitting in coach, I can't talk to you. Shut your bitch ass up. Right? Same thing them humans do to the hippies. They act like they're not a part of them. But they're not anyway, because they've risen their vibration. They've risen their vibration, so they move with empathy. They move with love. You see? They don't got no time to be racist towards you. I'm telling you, meet one of them. Meet one of them, and you see what I'm telling you is 100 times 100. Right? So, like I'm saying in the beginning, right? Right? Sometimes a thing will have a season and it will be used for a reason. I told you my reasons why I was using it. And I loved it. And I still love it till this day. However, I realized after a while, after 15 years, I was overdoing it. I was no longer using it. I was abusing it. What I say? Oh my God, I pray that like hit like a testimony on your ass, nigga. Look, I said I was no longer using it. I was abusing it. You heard me? On God. Put that on baby Jesus, nigga. Blonde hair, blue eyes, and pale skin and all that. Baby Jesus. Huh? I was no longer using the shit. I was now abusing it. Now, when that dawned on me that I was abusing the marijuana, it was no longer doing what it used to do for me. I was doing it out of habit. Meaning, when I'm not rolling up, I'm rolling up 2, 3 at the same time. And I'm not sitting down and start like I got to have a session. You know what I'm saying? 2, 3, 4 L's at the same time is roll up back to back. And I'm sitting down and I'm sparking back to back to back till they all 3 or 4 of them done. Right? And I'm doing this maybe multiple times for the day. Maybe 3, 4 times for the day. Right? Eventually, you realize that if you try to stop, it's impossible. Because why? You can't eat without smoking first. Don't even think about sex without smoking first, because you done trapped your mind into believing that it makes you sex better. Some of us get to the point where when you're doing your workout, you go hit the gym, you smoke first and you tell yourself, yo, this shit make me go harder. Nah, baby, let me tell you what's really happening. This shit done conquered your cells from within. It is now a parasite. Remember, I'm talking to you from experience, beloved. I smoke 2 ounces or more every week for 15 years. So now that your cells have become so dependent on the shit, guess what? They don't think. Your cells are alive. Remember, one of your cells is a miniature version of you. Now I'm telling you, your cells think for themselves. They shit for themselves. They eat for themselves. They're a whole powerhouse. That's why if you look up the definition of a cell, it says a unit of life that's able to survive on its own. Definition of a cell. A unit of life that is able to operate on its own. That's why a nigga just need one of your cells to clone your goofy ass, right? So over time, after 15 years, my cells became completely empowered by weed. I was no longer using it. I was abusing it, right? So when you realize you can't eat without smoking first, that's the weed calling you in your cells. Matter of fact, try to go a couple of hours without it. See how agitated you get. See how irritated you get. Right? You got kids, you got babies? Not kids, because a kid is a baby goat. You got little babies, right? See how irritated you get when you want to smoke and them little babies start showing you some love. You don't even know how to show love back because in your mind, all you see is the weed. Right? I'm telling you some real shit. But you don't realize that you're irritated though. It would take somebody from the outside to look at you and be like, you remember when you was this way before you start smoking that shit? Look at you right now. It would take somebody that's outside of the box to come help you pull your ass out of this spell that you're now under. You're under a spell. The weed is doing that. Right? Let's go deeper. This is why they blocked me the last time. When I said this right here. You notice, right? Everything is divided into feminine energy and masculine energy. Let me word it a little bit different this time. Everything. Feminine energy, masculine energy. Or negative energy and positive energy. Negative energy is feminine. Masculine energy is positive. This has nothing to do with the definition that they told you, like negative is bad, and that's not what this is about. So don't attach that type of meaning to what I'm teaching you right now. It's electricity I'm talking to you about, and magnetism, right? Negative energy, right, is feminine. That's why the earth, when they say go grounding, right, the ground wire is black. When you look at your car, and you got a positive, which is red, right? And you got a ground wire, which is black. The ground wire is negative energy. They call it ground wire because where is this coming from? The energy is coming from the ground. You are filled with positive energy they call protons, right? Electrons are negative. Charge, I'm talking about. Negatively charged. Let me add that to it so y'all don't think bad and good. I don't want you to think that when I'm saying what I'm saying right now. Right? So when you go on the earth, you say, I'm going to go charge up on the earth. I'm going to ground myself. The earth is filled with trillions of electrons, negative energy. When you start feeling bogged down and too heavy, that's because your body is filled with way too much protons or positive energy, so it's now imbalanced. You see? Kinging, what's up, family? Peace and love. Peace and love, family. Appreciate love you. Your body's now become too filled with positive energy and not enough negative energy. What that mean? In every cell of your body, you have protons, positive, electrons, negative, and in the middle, you have what they call neutron, neutrally charged, right? Neutrally charged, right? So if a cell has too much of one and not enough of the other one, you say the cell is being the cell is basically what's the word I'm looking for? In science is a word that you call that. I'm trying to find oh my God, I can't remember the scientific word I'm looking for when a cell is off balance. It energetically, right? But all right. So when there's too much positive protons floating around in the body, remember positive needs to couple up with protons need to couple up with electrons. They need to go together. You know what I'm saying? So if your body's now filled with too much protons because you use too much electrons for the day, talking, you're burning electrons. Walking, you're burning electrons. You know what I'm saying? Thinking, you're burning electrons. You feel what I'm saying? Eating, breathing, whatever you do, you're burning electrons. Energy, right? So sometimes you feel drained. So when you go back into nature, because she is filled with millions and trillions upon mega trillions of electrons, when you go walk and ground yourself barefooted, right? She begins to do something magical. She starts pulling down she starts pulling down all the protons that's floating around in your body and couple them shits up with electrons to make you balance. This is the reason why you go grounding, and after going grounding, you feel better. I done broke that shit. Fuck that. This is the reason you feel better. You see? Where does electricity come from? Huh? Let me ask y'all a question. Where my brilliant folks at? Where does lightning come from? The sky or the ground? I know you see it up there, but I'm asking you, where did it come from? First, where did it come from? The sky or the ground? Where y'all think lightning come from? Come on. Where y'all at? The ones that really been rocking with these teachings from day one. Where y'all at? There we go. The ground. Lightning comes from the ground. I know you look up in the sky like this and you're like, behold, lightning. It's a thunderstorm. Oh my God, it's scary. But y'all, that's not where it came from though. It came from down here and it shoots up to the sky. When you see it in the sky, you're actually seeing the reflection, the after effect. But it didn't start there. You see what I'm saying? You don't call it ground wire for nothing. They ain't call it sky wire. Fuck. Put that on baby Jesus and his 12 disciples. So, I'm telling you, grounding works like that, right? Filtered with negative energy, what they call feminine. That's why they call it Mother Earth. Because the earth is feminine. Electrons is feminine. Negative energy is feminine. You see? So don't think of it as bad. I'm not saying women is bad. I'm not saying it. I'm talking to you about energy. You must understand I'm teaching you about energy, baby. I told you we ain't no men. We ain't no womb men. We don't produce men from our wombs. No, we produce gods and goddesses. You're a whole different species now. So I'm not about to dish none of that. No. I'm talking to you about energies. Right? That's how this works. Positive protons must couple up with negative electrons to make a cell work properly. When you start feeling sick, you don't have electrons enough. You don't have a balance of energies within your cells. Everything is about electricity. Cells communicate with each other from one cell to another by using electricity. That's why you have a neurological pathway. Everything about your neurological system is electrical. All them veins you call wires, all them shit you call veins and shit, think of them as electrical wires. You get what I'm saying? It's electrical. Just like how if you would make a robot and you got a bunch of wires that's bringing electricity so it can command when you press the remote, so it can do what you say. It's the same thing. Right? You are electrical. You feel me? So when you get down in this earth, you're asking the earth, or when you go grounding, you're asking the earth to create balance within system by coupling up every proton that's floating around by itself with a new electron so you can be balanced. Right? What God say? John Nation, ever hit your elbow on a wall and feel the electricity? Hell yeah. You ever touch the person and see the spark come off of them? Hell yeah. You ever just turn the TV off and walk up and do this to it and see all your hair stand up? Your ether? Hell yeah. You ever control lightning like me? Yeah. When it starts thunderstorming, I go out right controlling lightning? Yeah. I do that. I told you, just like how you got veins, it's literally lightning running through your veins. They call that shit plasma energy. But I already told y'all, lightning, electricity, and plasma is all different names for the same vibration. Plasma, electricity, and lightning is the same thing. Same thing. Right? And I've taught y'all this many times. I use this example over and over. When you start bleeding out, you're losing electricity. Why? Because your blood holds the life force, your electrical energy. Right? Go through traumatic experience. As soon as you get into the hospital or the ambulance, they charge that little machine up. Bzz, shock them. Clear. Bzz, clear. What is they doing? They revolt you. They're recharging you up because your electricity or your lightning is running out. You need electricity to move. Right? When I'm moving my arms like this, I'm thinking, and the electrical signal goes from the brain to the arm to tell it what to do. It's all about electricity, right? So they taught you to do goofy shit like don't eat electrical. They taught y'all to eat. What they taught you as food is some goofy shit. And they changed the meaning of words so you don't know what the fuck going on, right? Originally, meat was stuff that were things that came from the ground. Organic food. That's the real definition of meat. Shit that comes from the ground. Remember in the Bible what it says. To every tree that's bearing seed yielding fruit, that you shall eat, and to you that shall be for meat. Right? In the book of Genesis. One God is a vegetarian and another God down there eating meat, asking for sacrifices. Talking about he can smell the sweet savor of niggas cooking and shit. The same God, you think that's the same God that says thou shalt not kill, but it's okay for you to kill as animals though? Huh? And if he don't like to eat meat, then why is he talking about it smells good? That's why it says he can smell the sweet savor of when Abraham was cooking for him, when Noah got off the ark, right? When Noah got off the ark, right? What's the first thing that goofy ass, what the first thing he do? Make a sacrifice unto his God Yahweh. Cooking animals. And he was pleased. You think that's the Most High God? Right? The God of the Bible was a cannibal, was a meat eater, and he ate human beings. What? Who got something to say? You see that flame has returned to my eyes, you see? The flame has returned. That emotional shit y'all was just trying on me just now, missed me with that goofy shit. It has returned. I have risen again, baby. I told you the moment you try to conquer me, I'm going to change. I'm going to change on you so fast. You can't control me. I'm telling you, the God of their Bible ate meat. He ate human beings. Who was Abraham? Who was Abraham? The Sumerians first called him Ibrahim, right? When the God of the Bible found him and took him on, he changed his name from Abraham, from Ibrahim to Abraham. Why? Because he made a covenant. Ibrahim made a covenant with Yahweh. What is a covenant? A deal. He closed a deal. Why? Because Yahweh wanted meat to eat. And Yahweh was eating people. And animals. Even to the point where Yahweh asked him to sacrifice his own son. So, to save his own seed, Abraham struck a deal, aka a covenant, with Yahweh. Right? What y'all think? I'm not equipped. I dare one of you to try me. I dare one of you to try me and tell me that your God did not eat people. And your God was not eating meat. Huh? He tried to usurp the throne, pretending to be the Most High. Hold up. I'm going to show y'all. Hold up. Let me scan my little brain one time inside this book. I need to remember. Hold on. I said in this book of Genesis, baby, in this book of Genesis, y'all, I told you one God came first and he said, to you, the trees that's bearing fruit and yielding seed shall be for meat. Before I continue on that, I told you when they blocked me the last time how I got even to the old trees and fruits and all that. Marijuana is a female plant, right? And only female plants bear fruits, right? Nowadays, these goofies, before the government legalized it, they figured out how to splice it first. So then they legalized it after they spliced that shit, right? So after they figured out how to tamper with the genetics of the marijuana plant, with her beautiful essence, right? That really used to do shit for us. Now it's affecting us in a negative way. That's why I say you're no longer using it, you're abusing it, and she's also abusing you because she's no longer in her right vibration. Marijuana, or beloved goddess, is no longer in her right vibration. The trees are alive just like how we are alive. All right? She's alive. There was times when her trees used to move, walk in forests, and sing beautiful essence of songs. Like, what you think they showed you in Lord of the Rings? When they went to war and these little hobbits started going to war and they started using, the trees came alive. The trees came alive and started going to war as well. Moving around, throwing shit, tearing up the humans. Right? The Lord of the Rings. You got ice walls, aka rings. When other side species came from the outside of these ice walls and came into our realm of Atlantis. The Lord of the Rings. You see? You see? The Lord of these rings. They came from the outside of the rings. It's 3 rings, 3 ice walls. They came into our shit. Took over a planet or realm. Or trees was going to war. Right? So, because marijuana, she's no longer in her true divine essence, they have tampered with her genetics. So now they're splicing female plants with female plants. Male plants with male plants. Notice your weed don't got no seeds in it no more. You think that's by accident? What you call that? What you call it? Exotic? What's exotic about a woman or feminine energy that's not in her true divine essence? She's a hoe. And you can't tell me I'm wrong for calling it a whore because they say whore in your Bible. So don't say I'm vulgar for saying she's a whore. It's got whores in the Bible all over it. They call women whores all through this book. So don't tell me, oh God, King, you not divine because you said whore. Shut your bitch ass up. On baby Jesus. And his wife Mary Magdalene. And his kids. Y'all just said some shit. Let me keep moving. Let me keep moving. So now y'all smoking gay ass weed. Look at our men. Look at our women. We start smoking weed so often right now that the women is acting out of whack, very masculine, because you're smoking gay ass weed. Male with male, female with female, so she's no longer producing. Or men is acting feminine as hell. Why is that? You think I'm playing with you? The men are feminine, the women are masculine. This is because if they crossbreed with negative vibrations. Now, I'm off that. I'm off that. I'm off that. Different vibration. Now let me get back to talking to y'all real quick about the other can of worms I just opened up. About your God eating meat. Alright? So look. We're gonna shoot that one for a 3. We scored. We got some free throws and all that, because we probably, if we missed, free throws, we got it. We in. We got our points. Alright? Cool. Now we off that. I'm out. What Vice Cartel say? What's under my nose? I'm out. I'm out. Yeah, some of y'all probably ain't even caught that one. Yeah, I'm out. But look, let's go. Let me talk to you about this right here. How y'all Lord, right? You said, praise the Lord. Right? Hold up. What's happening right here? Who's... All right, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna see it. All right. Guess I'm gonna give y'all let me see what's happening. What's up, family?
I'm general, me man, Damien man, Jamaica.
Hey, Mike. Peace and love, family. Peace and love. Peace and love.
Yeah,
I'm burning some fire on their ass today. You know what I'm saying?
man, amen. Do it, man, amen. Cause don't tell them time up, you know.
Time up. Oh my God. Hey, say that again. Tell them one more time. One more time.
Yeah, man, them time done. Remember that.
Them expire like man. Old food on the shelf. You know what I'm saying?
Same way, sir.
Mad. Now.
Yeah.
Watch. I'm gonna show y'all Bible. Y'all say praise the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Praise the Lord. When y'all go to church, what y'all say? Praise the Lord. Y'all talk about y'all beloved God, right? Now, look at your God right here. And I told you, look. Let me holler at y'all. Family, work. Let's work. Can y'all see? What it say? Genesis chapter 18, right? Abraham's heavenly visitors, right? So that means some beings came and seen this nigga from they so-called heaven. I told you the word heaven comes from the word haven, which means a docking port for spaceships. For spaceships, right? So if somebody came and seen Abraham from heaven and there is visitors, they came on ships. Now let's go. First of all, let me break this down real quick before I keep going. I told you the beings from the Syrians and also the other beings before that chose him, they called him Ibrahim. Here, when after he met Yahweh, his name changed from Ibrahim to Abraham. Abra means father. Ham means black. Just like how Noah had a son, 3 sons, Ham, Shem, Japheth. The word Ham means black, right? So Abra is father and Ham means black. He's now being called the father of the Hebrews. Israelites, I'm going to get on y'all ass real soon. I ain't playing with y'all neither. Look, let's go. And the Lord, right? Let's go. And the Lord appeared unto him. To who? Abraham. Who appeared? The Lord. Disappear means you're not there. So if you appear, that means you're physical. Right? There, man, what do you think?
Yeah, man, just like that, man.
All right. So if for example, if they man appear in front of me right now, I can see him. If he disappear, the nigga then turn to ghost. I can't see no more. Right? So we gonna use these little words to let you see with your third eye. Now look, and the Lord appeared. That means he's now seeing him unto him in the plains of Mamre. And he sat, come on. And he sat in the tent door in the heat of the day. So this is broad daylight, this nigga appearing. So he can see him clear as day. And he lifted up his eyes and looked, and lo, 3 men stood by him. And when he saw them, he ran to meet them from the tent door, right? And bowed himself toward the ground and said, my Lord, if now I have found favor in thy sight, pass not, I pray thee, from thy servant. Hold up. Let's slow down. What's happening right here? 3 gods appeared in the form like angelic beings. That's why he's calling them Lord, right? And they now appearing to Abraham in the form of men like us, right? Arm, leg, arm, head. Allah. Arm, leg, arm, head. This is our God physique. Allah is not the name of some God in the Muslim religion. No, this is our physique. Arm, leg, arm, head. Gods, that's us, right? Islam, like I already told you, stand for, which is ISLAM, stand for I, self, is law, and master, right? Now, he says, the Lord appeared unto him in the plains of Mamre. And he said, as he sat there in the tent, he looked out in the heat of day, like broad daylight. He can see these niggas walking up, right? And he looked and he said, lo, I seen 3 men, and they stood by him. And when he saw them, Abraham, goofy ass, got up and ran to them, right? Then he said, he bowed down to them. What he doing? He praising them, right? Bowing down, you call that prostration, right? And he says, he bowed down himself to him towards the ground. So he's bowing down to the ground. And then he said, Lord, he said, my Lord, if I have found favor in thy sight. That means he revered these niggas that he's seen. He's seen them as gods, angels. So he says, if I have found favor in your sight, right? I pray thee that you don't pass from me, meaning don't leave. Just stay right here. Let me talk to y'all niggas right quick. Right? Let's keep going. Hold up. Before I move on anyway. If y'all rocking, if y'all following and keeping up what I'm saying so far, drop a 9. If not, let me know so I can slow it down for y'all and help with what I'm really breaking down, that y'all gotta really eat meat. And the angels eat meat. Is y'all following? Drop a 9. Where y'all at? All right. I see them 9s. Now, let's go. Y'all said y'all God don't eat meat. Y'all got me fucked up. Put it on baby Jesus. Let's go. Remember that same God told you, before I even do that, same God told you, thou shalt not kill, right? Because if you spill blood, he shall require it from you. That means if you spill blood, he's going to require blood too, right? Before I even continue, that same God that says, thou shalt not kill, right? How many times in that Bible have he killed people? Let me ask you a deeper question. Who in the Bible did the devil kill? Can y'all give me a person? Name me one person. Anybody. Somebody. You know, like how they say in Lion King? Anybody. Somebody. Help. When Simba was talking? Y'all probably too young to not know what the fuck Simba is in Lion King is, but the real John, the real devil. Then y'all know. Give me one person that y'all know and can think of that the devil killed. Guess what? Y'all can't find none.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm trying to show y'all some real shit that y'all been tricked.
Sure, man.
Y'all been tricked. The God who y'all see as a God is a devil. And who they call the devil is really the real deal.
God. Yeah.
Look, just let me work. This why they're attacking me, because I'm on some deeper shit. They not blocking y'all. I'm on some deeper shit. They not blocking y'all. You heard me? Look. The only person in the Bible you can even come close to say the devil fucked with is a being in the Bible y'all call Job. And what y'all gonna say? He did all this shit to Job. But remember, before he did anything to Job, who did he go to? He went to your so-called Lord or God, and he got permission from God to do everything that he does to Job. And y'all God in the Bible says he knows everything, he sees everything, he's always everywhere at every time. If he knows everything, when the devil came to him to say, let me prove to you that Job is not real like you say he is, why did God not say, stop playing with me? I already know what he's on. I know he's going to be real, and I don't need you to test him. There's no, matter of fact, there would be no need for you to test him if God already know the outcome.
That is it.
Hey, let's work. The same God that says, thou shalt not kill. Remember when God got mad at the first king of Israel? The first king of Israel was a king they called Saul before they chose King David, right? The first king of Israel was Saul. Remember, I told y'all, don't play with me with this book. Get your favorite pastors. If you think this is a game with me, go get your favorite pastors. Go get your scholars. Go get your most elite minds on this planet and have them sit down with me, and I'll show you what's really happening. I'll show you. Go get your most brilliant and send them to me, and you will see that they know nothing of what they're actually teaching you out of this book. They're just reading this shit. They don't know nothing. All of them signed a 501c to make sure they get paid by teaching you some shit. That's why you got to pay tithes every Sunday to pay them boys to teach you lies. Yeah?
Same way, sir.
The God in their Bible, he says, thou shalt not kill. The first king of Israel, why did he lose his throne? He lost his throne because God sent his ass on a mission to kill a whole village. And he told them, wipe out everything in that village, the women, children, men, even down to the animals. Don't leave nothing alive. That's what your God said.
In the name of Christ.
Yes. Right?
In the name of Jesus. Let me say, that don't make sense. Thou shalt not
the most
kill
killing is done in the name of Christ. The most of it. They, God in their book, set the biggest example. He said, thou shalt not kill, but he could have never lived by his own example, though. You see? How can you follow something that can't even stand on its own rules?
Yeah.
He said, thou shalt not kill, but when you look at this goofy-ass God in his book, what did he do? He said, Saul, to go wipe out a whole village, and if you want me to prove that too, I'll prove it after I prove this right here. He says, go to this village and kill everything, the women, children, and the dogs, the cats, the cows, don't leave nothing, right? But when Saul went over there, Saul saw some beautiful ass little goddesses, right? Saul saw these cows that was big and strong. So Saul said, listen, I'm gonna take some of them back. I'm gonna take some back and I'm gonna sacrifice them for the Lord God. When this nigga Saul brought them back to go sacrifice him for the Lord God, and he brought back some beautiful goddesses with him and shit, guess who got mad? The God of your Bible. Why? Because he didn't follow instructions. And he even told the prophet to tell the prophet that says, the prophet's name was Samuel. And he told him, down there, Saul went to go pray to Samuel, and Samuel said to him, look, is it not better to be obedient than to sacrifice? Meaning, is it not better? Obedience means you need to follow what the fuck I'm saying. So when the prophet Samuel said to Saul, the king, that came back, basically being sad because God, the God that he thought was going to show him some love for doing what he said, but came back and to sacrifice some animals, Samuel said, you should have listened to God instead of trying to sacrifice them. You should have killed everything, basically. But he said, thou shalt not kill. Your God killed by the thousands in this book. By the thousands. Right? There's another situation where God brought the Israelites for 40 years and 40 nights. 40 years and shit through the wilderness, right? And when he went through the wilderness, then people start complaining. What did God do? He sent fiery serpents to eat their ass. All because they asked for some more food. He sent fiery serpents. What are fiery serpents? A serpent that blows fire is a dragon. So y'all better not tell me ain't no dragons in this book. Regular snakes don't blow fire, baby. Let's get back. Let's continue this Abraham story. Why was Abraham chosen? Because he was the one that made the covenant or the sacrifice to start sacrificing people for his God. Now, let's go. And said, my Lord, if I now have found a way, if I have now found favor in thy sight, pass not away, I pray thee, from thy servant. He's calling himself a servant to these niggas. Now, let a little water, I pray you, be fetched and wash your feet and rest yourselves under the tree. He's now offering to how much he's bowing down to these angelic beings. He's offering to wash their feet, right? Remember, these are not angels like you thinking about. These are alien entities, meat-eating, human-eating beings that you were told is God, called Yahweh. And I will fetch a morsel of bread and comfort ye your hearts, right? After ye shall pass on, for therefore are ye come to your servant. And they said, so do, Meaning, go ahead and do that shit that you just said you're going to do. Wash my feet, go get the bread, go get all that shit you said. As thou hast said. See what I'm saying? And Abraham hastened onto the tent, onto Sarah, and said, make ready quickly 3 measures of fine meal needed, and make cakes upon it. Right? And Abraham ran onto the herd. Here go the meat. So now we got bread, we got wine, right? We got meals that they need and all that. Then they said, and Abraham ran onto the herd and fetched a calf, tender and good, and gave it unto a young man. And he hasted to dress it, meaning the nigga seasoned up the meat. All right. So when they said he's and he hasted to dress it, remember what is he dressing? He's dressing the calf that he just fetched that was good and tender. So now he's dressing it, meaning he's pouring some spices. You know what I'm saying? Some paprika, turmeric, all that. Spices, salt, all that. You know what I'm saying? And he took butter and milk. Right? Can y'all see, beloved? And the calf, which he had dressed or seasoned up, he set it before them. And he stood by them and under the tree. And they did eat. Y'all see? Do y'all see? Y'all better stop fucking playing with me. Right? Hey, class, I feel like right now, I got class mouth like, because y'all ain't commenting shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't commenting nothing. Yo, this one of the first times I've been in, hey, y'all ain't say nothing. Where y'all go? Look, I need to know I'm not in here by myself. Where y'all go?
No, man, I'm gonna process it, man.
So, look, let it marinate.
Yeah.
Let it marinate. I got y'all. Y'all must have been, that shit must have fucked y'all up so bad. Y'all. Look, on the freeze, y'all, hey.
Yeah, so it come on.
Hey.
So it come on, it run through them body, you know, and resonate on them, you know? Because remember,
Yes, sir.
them are used to them type of things, you know? So you have to make it resonate through them body, you know?
This shit too deep, family. Your God in this book, right? I'm showing you who they told you is God is an evil being. Who you call Yahweh. Right? Yahweh loves sacrifices. Yahweh needs you to bow down to him. Who is Yahweh? My brother. Your brother. What the fuck? Yo. Starseeds, I'm talking to y'all. Y'all was sent here 144,000 of us since the 1950s. We came down onto this bitch, and y'all need to wake the fuck up. Y'all start worried about whose bitch is bad and who bitches you fucking and all that. Stop playing with me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been worried about what liquor is good, Patron, Don Julio, you know what I'm saying? All that other shit. Y'all got trapped with the music. Y'all got trapped with women. Y'all got trapped with men. All that. But y'all came here on a mission, just like me. And y'all lost self. And y'all need to rise and wake up. Because the planet needs more than me. The planet needs millions of us. This is real. Your brothers is trapped in these churches talking about praise the Lord. You see what the Lord over here doing? Your Lord is over here eating meat. And get niggas to bow down to him by washing his feet and shit. This your Lord. The same Lord that says, thou shalt not kill though. But I have no problem. What? All right. If God is the one that made these animals, and you're supposed to be loving to these animals, right? Let's just say that. Why would the same God be okay with you killing these animals
Like eating them.
and eating them? Let's be real. How does it add up to you? Like, how does it add up to you in your world that you feel like the same God that you bow down to and get on your knees, and the same way what Abraham just did, he bowed down, meaning he's praising this motherfucker. You are doing the same thing. You know why? Because you believe Abraham, who was really an Egyptian, but switched up on us and start following Yahweh. How you know that Abraham is really was an Egyptian? Where was he from? He was from the land of Ur, where they call Chaldea. He was from the land of Ur in Chaldea. Who are the Chaldeans? The Chaldeans are a group of beings from Egypt or Kemet that they would select as high priests. So to them, these beings knew more than the average persons. You know what I'm saying? They knew more than the average persons. So if this is the case that they knew more, right? And Abraham is one of the beings from the land of Chaldea. He was from Kemet, Egypt. Before he met Yahweh, a flesh-eating God that changed his name and made a covenant with him. Meaning he made a deal. Why did Abraham make a deal? Because Abraham was about to, remember Yahweh came to Abraham and told his dad to sacrifice his son. Yes. Y'all forgot? Y'all forgot? Remember, the same God came to same Abraham and told his ass, sacrifice your son. Now, you tell me something. Let me ask you a real life question. If you have children, right? If you have little young gods, because I shouldn't even say children, because a child is a ward of the state, meaning it's a property of the state. Just like I told you, don't say kids because kid is a baby goat. Right? You know a kid is a baby goat. That's what you call that's like how you call for a big ass pig, his baby is called a piglet. A kid is a baby version of a goat. Right? So a child that they told you to say, a child is a ward of the state. It is a property of the state. That means the government owns it. That's why the government has no problem sending you a monthly shit to take care of the babies once you get the babies, because of the government, he owns, or the entity owns the babies.
Definitely.
You think you own the babies, but you don't.
Government doing that.
When a ship, right? Let's break that down for a second before I keep moving. When a ship goes to a dock, what do they say when a ship goes to deliver the cargo? Let's say there's a bunch of containers on a ship and it's delivering from China to America. When it gets to the dock in America, what does it say? They say when a ship gets there, they say the ship is giving her birth.
Birth. Yeah.
And when the ship, remember where the ship goes, it goes to the dock. Just like how your mama go to a doctor.
Doctor.
You call it a doc too. What's up, doc?
Yeah. What's up,
Right?
doc?
You know what I'm saying? So when the ship goes to give her birth at the dock, what do they do to deliver the merchandise? Just like when mom goes to the doctor, because remember, ship is sailing over water. You come here through the way of the water, right?
Yeah.
The same way in your mother's womb, you're in water. That's why they say your mother's water broke when it's time for you to give when it's time for her to give birth to you, right? And she goes to the doctor.
The doc.
When the ship gets to the dock or the doctor to go give her birth, just like moms do, the ship gets a receipt.
Yeah.
Right?
A receipt, a birth certificate.
When mom gives birth to you, what you get? You get that birth certificate.
A
receipt.
Just like that.
For you,
Just
you
like
are
that.
the merchandise.
Definitely.
Look, y'all better stop playing with these words. Now, I can go deeper on Yahweh all day if y'all want, because I'm trying to tell y'all, this being that you call God in this book, something is off. It is not masculine. It is supposed to be feminine.
Definitely.
Something is off. Masculines don't create. Masculine and force provide and protect. Feminine energy create. Because every creation starts within the mind. Everyone. Y'all better stop playing with me.
But notice how for them that God always demote the woman them.
Yes.
Yeah, for
Yes.
them God not really deal. I say, so for them God not deal with life, because the woman are the life bringer. So we are demote the life bringer.
Because the God in the Bible was chosen by these masculine energies they call the Greeks, the Romans. You know what I'm saying? Energies that went against life itself. So,
Definitely.
and if you look at music, right? If you look at music itself, they say they God of music is a being they call Pan, right? AKA the devil too, that they say was formerly the greatest musician they had and shit, right? But right now the God of music is called is a being that they call Pan, right? Which is he looks like his lower half is a form of a goat, and his upper half looks like a human being, right? He's a hermaphrodite, both male and female. If you look at the music industry, every song that comes out, none of these songs is not talk about disrespecting men. You're in the songs, you're a bitch, you're a hoe, you're a thought, dung in our chewat, all type of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The song is literally geared towards disrespecting women. Why? Because if you keep the women low in vibration, you also keep her counterpart low in vibration. Her protectors, her providers. Males can't rise to divinity unless the feminine energies rise to divinity.
Right.
You look because, and the reason that is because they are first. Everything runs in divine order. See what I'm saying? So if you keep the women low, because remember I told you music frequencies is the only thing. Just like Bob said, when music hits, you feel no pain, right? So music is the only thing on the planet that you cannot control how it enters you. You can try to block out music if you want. You can hear the song playing on the radio and tell yourself, I don't like this song. A week later, if they play that shit enough, you will be singing along.
Yeah, frequency.
So you cannot avoid it even if you try. It is magic, it is spells, right? So study how the music game is literally attacking the women the whole time. Look, you're the whole time for like the last 2 years, I've been telling you in the year 2025 is the year of the 9. Meaning, if you look at the word feminine, it's literally saying feminine. Not feminine. It's feminine. Hold up, man. I need a piece of paper when I talk to y'all.
You right name feminine. Feminine. That makes sense.
But it's really feminine.
Yeah. Love how you crack the code them in general. So I love taking a thing, Ramp to crack the code them.
Respect, family. Now, watch this. Feminine. Hold up in their book for a second. Hold up. You were taught to say feminine.
That's the 9.
But this is not how you truly pronounce this word.
9.
Feminine. We are 9 ether beings, and the 9 ether goddess is first. If you put this word by itself, Nine, you would say 9.
Yeah.
So why the hell, when you see it down here, you don't say 9? Now, let me show you why it must be pronounced 9. That is feminine. Right?
Yeah.
That is feminine. Let's go deeper now. Show y'all I'm really what I say I am. Real God in manifestation. And I keep telling y'all that. I was sent to your planet to wake you the fuck up. But you need to pay attention. Watch what's happening. When you look on the periodic table, Fe represents the element of iron. What is in your blood?
Iron.
Iron. You see? This stands for self. This is 9. Your whole nature is within this word.
Yeah, real talk.
Right?
Me.
Now, when we say me in Spanish, it's my, it's me.
We talking about self.
Me. Ah.
When
Definitely.
Jamaicans say me, stop ramp with me.
Yeah.
We talking about ourselves.
Definitely.
Right? This is representing I in English. I am a 9 ether being fused with iron. Let's go. When you talk about vowels, A, E, I, O, U, the reason why this is pronounced as I instead of I, like nin is I, but 9 is I. Why is that? When you have two vowels in a word, but the vowel is separated by a consonant letter, let's talk about English and linguistic rules. In a word, when you have two vowels, but the vowels are separated by a consonant letter, the original vowel takes on its original sound. So this 9, I is the word I, but when you put E on it as another vowel, but you separate it with a consonant, I don't no longer sounds it. It sounds like its original name, I. So this is 9. You see what I'm saying? For example, let's go again to show you I know what the fuck I'm talking about. M-A-T. What is this word? Dear man, tell them.
Mat.
Mat. Now, what happens to mat when you add another vowel, which means a vowel is separated by a consonant letter by two vowels? What happens to the A? It becomes its original sound. It's no longer a, it becomes A. So instead of mat, you say mate.
Mate. Yeah. Okay. Guess I catch on now.
Because when you have two vowels and it's separated by a consonant letter, which means a letter that is not a vowel, remember the vowels are A, E, I, O, U. These are the 5 most important letters in the English alphabet. Why are they so important? Because these are the only letters that are interchangeable in any word. And the words still mean the same. So they use these to use word magic on you, to change the meaning of words when it's still the same.
Same.
For example, we just said same. All right, watch this. What is this word? Dan, Majid, tell him. Tam. Let's do the same word magic. When you put E on it, a vowel separated by another vowel, what does this word sam becomes? Same.
Same.
You see?
Yeah.
So, back up to the original. This is feminine, not feminine. So the original 9 ether being is feminine. Now. Y'all following?
Yeah, man. 9. Yeah, man. We need to construct back over the whole system.
Indeed. The whole system needs to be reconstructed. Indeed.
Definitely.
Drop a 9 if y'all following. Even look upon your name, family. Damien, look upon your name. D-A-M-E. That A is taking on its original sound of A, which is Damian instead of Damian, right? Because A is pronounced A, right? So, because you have an E, your name is Damien. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even if you didn't have the E and you had the I, remember I is still another vowel. So the original vowel is going to take on its original sound.
Yeah.
You see? Only when two vowels are separated by a consonant letter is a letter that is not a vowel. So it's all the consonant letters in the alphabet are all other letters that is not A, E, I, O, or U. The question right here from Leo Keck, peace, beloved. You said that what age we should know all this. You should have known all this from kindergarten to grade 1. You were supposed to know this. Remember the word kindergarten is coming. What's the root word of kindergarten? Of kinder, I should say. I need something to write, man, so I can erase. Hold up, family, because I see I'm gonna have to break down some shit to a simplified form for y'all. Hold up. Family, if y'all in class, please like what's happening.
Like, just drop, just like. This is how TikTok don't delete my content because they think you're not. Look, just like I'm showing you how to balance the energies between the negative vibrations of the people that's coming in, trying to report the live, trying to block the live. Look, and I need y'all to interact. Let me know if y'all understanding, if y'all downloading what I'm saying to y'all. If I'm saying shit too deep that I need to break it down a little bit more simplified, let me know. Interact with me. This is how the app recognizes who's really tapping into this shit and who. I'm saying just work with me. Or work with me, please. Look, what's the word I just said? I'm gonna break down right quick. I forgot. Before I walked off, is a word I was about to break down. Shit. It will come to me in divine time, and I need to worry about that. It'll be all right.
Kindergarten.
Yeah, you know what? Family. Thank you. I see y'all. Thank you. Charisma, what's up, goddess? I see you down here too. Great social networking. What's up, family? Ashe. Now, family, can I get like 5 seconds to get my blueberries up? Give me 5 seconds.
You know. Eat up, man. Got some jackfruit there I eat, you know.
Hey, I ain't playing with these fruits.
Some jackfruit there I eat, you know.
Jackfruit is one of the greatest fruits on the planet. The amount of nutrients inside the jackfruit. Man, look, y'all better go back to eating fruits and stop eating meat like these gods in these books. Look. Imani, Wagwan, big up yourself. Big up your pretty self, Imani. Let me see you, my girl. Let me see you. All right. Look. Kin. Kinder. Garden. Hold up, family. I got you. Hold up. Y'all following? Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me, because sometimes it be going out. They be playing with the audio. Y'all there? All right. And by the way, look, as y'all see, I have no problem welcoming my bro stars and sis stars to join me in these lives. Join me in the live. Talk to me. I'm talking to y'all, but don't sending me no humans. All right. And if TikTok kick y'all out the box, just request. Join me. Let's go. Yeah, sometimes TikTok just be kicking y'all out because they realize I'm connecting the dots. But if they do, just rejoin. Now look at this word. Kin. What does kin mean? What does kin mean? This is talking to you about your fam, your bloodline, your kind. You know what I'm saying? Your kind. That's why the word kin is also a part of the word kind. Right? You see it, kin, K-I-N. You got to see the same word magic. I'm teaching you word magic and how to break down words in this English language spell. Right? Kin. They talk about your kind, your bloodline, your tribe. That's what that is. So to answer the question earlier that says, at what age you're supposed to be learning, first of all, you need to get the word age out of your vocabulary. That is negative. Anything that age is old. Anything that age needs to be thrown out is bad. It's no good. If it's aging, it's no good. If you got some fruits on the shelf and it start aging, what you do with it? You trash it. Right? You trash it. You know what I'm saying? So you don't age. When somebody asks you how old you are, that's a fucking spell. Listen, I have this amount of years of experience on the planet. Let's say you're 30 years old or 30 years of experience. You don't say I'm old. Just say I have 30 years. You know what I'm saying? I have 30 years. Not I am. That's different. I represents the soul. Am. Let me show y'all some shit before I answer your question so you can tackle these motherfuckers. Look. I represents the soul.
the word am is a cross from the word be, right? So when you say am, you're telling your soul what to be. You see what I'm saying? So if you say something like, I am 45, you're telling your soul, you're commanding your soul to be and act like a being that is actually 45 years old. So you don't say I am, say I have. I have 30 years of experience in this vessel. I have 30 years of youngness, of maturity. I have 30 years of maturity in this vessel. Not I am. No age. Nope. Not old. Nope. Right? Now, and for Leo Keck, God, I love you. Don't be feeling like I'm disrespecting you or none of that. If the fire come out in a certain way, it's not because I'm being offensive, because I don't do that to disrespect my kin. You feel me? That's not what this is about. I love you, family. You know that. I just have a certain level of fire that when I express myself, it comes off very, very, very energetically. See what I'm saying? But I don't mean no offense, beloved. I love you. Let's go. So you should have learned this from kindergarten days, right? About word magic, like we were talking about earlier, about feminine, how to use the vowels, you know what I'm saying? Consonant letters, versus vowel letters, how they change the original sound back from what they told you to pronounce it back to the regular sound of the vowel. Now, kin means family, your kind. So when you see kindergarten, you're supposed to be going to the garden, which is where you go to grow. Anything in a garden grows. It's talking about life. So to grow in life, right? In kindergarten or in life, you're supposed to be learning about your kind, your people, your tribe, your bloodline. Real rules of the garden so you can survive in the garden. You see what I'm saying? So you can survive in the garden. You can't survive in the garden if you don't know the rules of your people, your kin. So they got you following the rules and customs of beings outside of your kin, which is called human beings. So you're being like a human. You see? They got you doing shit that human beings do, like eat meat. And they're goofy ass gods that eat meat. You see what I'm saying? Roman print, when you step out of class, baby, I be dropping so much shit that like you be missing a whole lot. So look, you might have to catch this one on the replay. You heard me, baby. But right now, I don't even know. Ask class. They might tell you some shit that I say, but I don't even remember what I say because guess what? I'm really channeling energy right now. Sometimes, I'm going to tell y'all some deep shit. I'm going to keep this shit 1,000 with you. Let me talk to you for a second. Sometimes, I really be channeling angelic spirits, you see? And sometimes, I really got to go back and watch these live lectures to hear what the fuck I said, to learn from my higher self. Let that sink in. Let that sink in, real deep. Sometimes I said I got to go back and learn from my higher self. I be asking my higher self to come back right here. My futuristic self to come right here and help me break down the shit to y'all on this physical planet. And a lot of times I can't repeat what I just said because I don't know what I just said. You know what I'm saying? So, and now, I told you I'm a cosmic being. I meant that with every fiber within this vessel. See what I'm saying? And don't let them tell you you're a God having a human experience. Fuck that. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're a God having a godly experience. You can never feel like a human. I mean, human is just one species. You live on the planet with other type of species. You don't say, I'm a God having a pig experience. That's another species. You don't say I'm a God having a dog experience. You don't say I'm a God having a horse experience. I'm a God having a monkey experience. You don't say that. So why, when you get to these humans, you think you need to say, because they taught you that you're all one big human race. You get the feeling like you need to say you're a God having a human experience. No, if anything, then humans have an experience on your planet just like you. They're having your experience, but you're not having theirs. You've been here. That's like you saying the young brother looks like the more mature brother. No, the other one been here. This one maybe look like this one, but it's not the opposite way around. See what I'm saying? So you're not a God having a human experience. Stop playing with me. All right? So in this kindergarten, where you're supposed to be learning about your kindred, yes, I'm a God having a godly experience. Nothing less. Nothing less. Don't let him try to lower your vibration, teach you some more goofy ass shit. Right? Now, when I say to you, they taught you spells, right? See, when I was just breaking down these word magic with you, right? Let's go back to this for a second. So y'all can be reminded. When I was breaking down this first with you with the word magic, I'm telling you, go to your periodic table. You'll see Fe represents the element of iron. You see that within your blood, you find iron, right? You tell you this is talking about I, yourself, and that you're a 9 ether being. This is not pronounced feminine, it's pronounced feminine, right? This is the word 9 by itself, right? It is the same word right here. Stop playing. This is the same thing as this, right? You understand that? Same thing. The original 9 ether being is feminine. Matter of fact, when in the womb, don't you all start off as a feminine being? You become masculine later. I'm talking about energies. Everything starts off with a vagina. Let me be real. Everything starts off with a coochie first. If you're a low vibrational God, that I like to call a nigga, non-intelligent guy or girl attitude. And remember, I told you the word intelligence don't mean smart. Intelligence means having intel in genetics. You see? Should I break that down too before I keep going? Blueberry and agave, baby. Y'all better stop eating that goofy ass meat. Thank you. Should I break down intelligence? Yes? All right. Intelligence, not smart. Intel means information. I for in. Gene for genetics. Right? So, when one has intelligence, this is one that has intel in genetics. Different from being smart. Right? Now, intel means information, means data, right? I talk about the soul, I keep telling y'all that I represents the soul. Take this out for a second. If you cross that out, it's completely become gene. Gene. We created this language. I'm ancient. I can always go back and crisscross these words the way we originally meant them to be, long before they taught you the lies. I told you this is I've been on many vessels in this reincarnation process. Now look, before I got the intelligence, I said to you, all of us, let's speak on genetics.
all of us start off in the womb as feminine or feminine. We are 9 ether beings. We came from the 9 ether goddess. Nothing on this planet, or there's no being, there's no God came here unless they came through a goddess. Only a woman, which is a womb man, can produce a man through her womb. Do I need to say that slower? Tap the screen, y'all. Tap the screen. Come. Woman. Wu is short for womb. Man. Right? The monkey theory is real. It's just not real for you. You didn't come through the same process they did. You came from nature. The planet herself gave birth to you. Hear me clearly. The planet herself gave birth to you. If you are a god or goddess, you came directly from the trees. I'll explain that soon. Just ask me what I mean a few minutes from now so I can remember. What do you mean we came from the trees? The trees or nature, we came from the trees. But I'll explain that. Just remind me. Woman is a lower vibration or a replication of a goddess. The goddess was spliced to create a woman. A god came from the goddess. Right? And from that god, they created man. These are the originators up here. But she is the original. Everything else is a replication of her. Now, when I tell you these things, I'm not saying you got to praise a woman. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you got to bow down to a woman. No. I'm a god. I do not praise nothing outside of self. You see? I don't prostrate. I'm saying understand energies. Have respect for the divinity of the divine feminine. Understand the role she plays. How we anciently praised each other. When I see you and I say, you look beautiful, goddess, I'm giving you praises. It makes you feel good. When you tell me how good I look, you're praising me, and it makes me feel good. We give praises to each other, which keeps us in high vibration. See? Not worship. Worship is different from giving praises. You see? Understand what I'm saying to you. Now let's take it deeper. Your right brain is feminine. The left brain is masculine. I'm speaking on energies. If you want to become a divine masculine, you will never do that until you understand how to respect and appreciate love the divine feminine. Now, what did I just say in other words? Let's remix that shit. In order to unify self, so you can think both spiritually and logically, you must unify both hemispheres of the brain or of the mind. You must be both masculine and feminine. How can you ever understand your goddess if you don't know how to tap into herself? You will forever clash with your counterpart. Forever. Goddess, how can you fully understand your God unless you're able to tap into his masculine energy without being masculine? I'm not asking you to become masculine. I'm saying feel and understand where he's coming from. God, I'm not asking you to become like a bitch. I'm not saying become feminine, my G. You know I'm going to talk to y'all straight up from the soul. I'm raw and y'all know that. Don't come to me expecting me to be all kumbaya. Nah, we in a different phase. And I've been warning y'all all year. I have a different level of flame within. I'm not talking to y'all like Jesus says, turn his other cheek. No,
I'll go upside your shit if you're not listening. With all these bars, with all these wisdom, I'm gonna go upside your shit now. You must be able to feel what she's saying. How you say it on this planet? Gotta be able to foot. What y'all say on this planet right here? Y'all gotta be able to put y'all foot in their shoes. See? So what I'm really teaching you about energy, right? You must be able to unify the right and the left brain, the masculine and the feminine brain. If not, you will be one-sided and you'll be trying to talk to this individual, but he's not hearing shit. He can't receive shit because he's too logical. He's still believing, being, he don't know how to buy no flowers. He don't know how to massage no feet. He don't know how to tap into your emotions. He don't know how to really wake your God essence up to make you move on divinity. So you're busy telling yourself, oh, I'm a bad bitch. When if he knew how to talk to you for real, you would stop saying that dumbass shit. If you knew how to talk to him, he wouldn't be walking around saying, I'm a thug, I'm a gangster. For what? Who the fuck wants to be a gangster? We die. We get shot. We go to jail. With a bunch of other niggas that said they gangster too. And then we end up in a bunch of situations where there's no goddess energy around there. Bunch of dick and balls. And then y'all can tell me, so when I tell y'all these gangsters is gay, y'all got a problem and y'all think I'm playing around. No, if you a gangster, then you telling me you like men. Because gangsters go to jail. Everything that gangsters do lead them into jail. Where there's no women over there. Then what you doing? You must like men. Right? So you got to know how to tap into his inner essence. Make that man soft. Not soft in the sense of like he's weak and goofy and he can't defend, but no, not to tap into his emotions is what I'm saying. Know how to feel him. If that God comes to you, that's for that's advice for these little human women that's in here watching, because y'all watching too. Y'all watching too. And you know I don't mean no disrespect. I love some of the humans. I'm gonna be real with you. I love some of the humans. Some of them is not all bad. Matter of fact, I just showed y'all when the live started, we talked about the hippies. Right? There's some of these humans that will die for you faster than your family members would. That might hurt. So, don't try to paint Indiana as no racist, because I'm not. You heard me? There's some of these humans that will give you a helping hand faster than your people would. And that's real. So you can't be just all one-sided. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, genetics. When you start off in the womb or in the portal, because I'm speaking to both species, gods, goddess, and humans. The womb man has a womb. The God being, she has a portal. She brings forth gods through this portal. See what I'm saying? Now, right down here, I see it being typed down X and Y. Let's break this down. Genetics. Y'all want to realize sooner or later that I'm the real deal. You start off in the womb as this. Belle, what's up, goddess? Appreciate love you, baby. Melanin, charisma. What's up, chocolate one? I appreciate you, baby. Appreciate love you, goddess. Now, right here, in the womb or in the portal, we all start off as this. XX. We talking science now. We talking genetics. This is the same thing as this, but now that what you notice, a X is just like A Y is just like an X with a piece of it missing. I'm showing you this magic here. XX, feminine, XY, masculine, right? But the Y is literally a piece of, is an X with a piece of it missing. Matter of fact, scientifically, this Y chromosome is actually missing 2.5 to almost 3% of what it requires to actually be an X. And that's why, see, I said the whole, this is whole. This is same thing as this, only difference is it's missing 2.5 to 3% of its total mass to be complete. So that's why the Y is a X with a piece of it missing. So if you ever hear nobody say no shit like that, what they're really saying scientifically is what I just explained to you. The Y is missing 2.5 to almost 3% of the total mass that it needs to become 2 X's. You see? What you call a phallus, I'm talking to the gods. This is nothing for you to be offended about. This is how it naturally is. This is science. The goddess manifested herself from source. Yes, the goddess is manifested self from source. And after she manifested self, she needed helpmates. So she created us. That's why the goddess creates, the goddess nurture. Right? What we do, enforce, provide, protect. We enforce the laws of the cosmic being, the goddess. We protect the cosmic being, the goddess. We provide for who? All this is being done for them. Even till this day. Why do you buy a car, fancy car? God or man? To impress your counterpart. You're doing it for women. If you didn't, you wouldn't care about this type of car you drive. Why do you dress nice? You're impressing somebody. Why you want this big ass house? To impress somebody. Stop playing with me. You gonna lie to yourself and be in denial, but that's a river in Egypt. Huh? You gonna lie to yourself and be in denial and talk about, nah, I'm doing it for myself. Stop the lies. Stop the lies. The Nile is a river in Egypt, baby. And it's still right here called the Mississippi River, too. It's the same shit. The Mississippi and the Nile is the same shit. Same way it ran, same way it still runs to this day. Stop playing with me. All right? Now, do y'all understand what I just broke down with these XX and the XY chromosomes? Do y'all understand that? Let me go deeper. You got a dick, right? For my gods. What is that? Don't you see, your dick is literally, or your balls, it represents the ovaries of the feminine energy. Her ovaries is just your balls hanging out outside. Your shaft represents the inner walls of the vagina, actually elongated outwards. It's no longer inner. I'm telling you some real shit. It might sound crazy and strange, but I've never lied to y'all. Why now? I'm not offended. I came from my mother. The fuck? So why are you offended if you came from a feminine energy? What, you hate? You disdain feminine energy? I don't. It is facts. Was you mad when you came from your mother? No, you was not. Stop being goofy. So why, when I'm telling y'all this real shit that y'all came from this woman, your balls represent... Look up the picture of a woman's ovaries, man. Look up the picture of a goddess and the ovaries within a goddess and see and look at your ball. That shit is just outwards now. So what I'm telling you, inside the belly, in the portal,
in the womb, whatever you all call it, goddess or woman, right? You all start off first as feminines. Then you become masculine. Masculine, because you came from the line or... Stop fucking playing with me. Oh my God. Stop playing with me. Hold up. Mas means more. And this word should be line 4, lineage. Let me talk to you. I really think the shit I'm saying to y'all today, y'all ain't saying nothing. Y'all like, oh my God. That's how I feel right now in class. I feel like y'all just like, y'all ain't saying nothing. Why y'all not talking to me today? What happened? Why y'all not talking to me? Y'all got me here feeling like I'm talking to myself. Like, I feel like y'all just like, oh my God, did he say what he just said? Come on, fam. I feel like y'all, let me let that marinate a little bit. Let me let this marinate in y'all souls a little bit. All right. Shit need to marinate. You know I got the agave. You know I got the agave, baby. Yes. TikTok, this is not alcohol. Don't be trying to ban me for no shit. Don't lie on me again, TikTok. All right. All right, look. Look, family, take a second, greet each other. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep this high vibrational. We're going to love on each other. We're going to appreciate love each other, respect each other. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do here. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going to violate each other over here. You know what I'm saying? Shoot your shot. I know y'all see some beautiful goddesses in here. Y'all see some beautiful gods in here too. Shoot y'all shots, baby. Look, shoot y'all shots. That's what it's about. It's about connecting. You know what I'm saying? It's about connecting, baby. With like minds. You can't be high vibrational, but in there with a room, with a being, trying to talk about, I'm trying to love on you forever. It's not going to work. High vibration cannot exist in low vibration and presence. It doesn't work. Y'all going to conflict eventually. Remember, God told you that. All right? I told y'all that. All right? Now, I need some coconut water. Can y'all give me like 2 minutes? I need some oh, my God. I love you, baby. I love you. I love you. I love you. King Lovers, I love you. Give me a second. rise, baby, rise. Ashe. Peace, love, and divinity be upon you. Let you burn with truth. Let you burn with divine essence. Burn lies all the way up. Remind them of the true flame within them. That is your purpose. Rise, baby, rise. Ashe, ashe, ashe. You're alive, baby, rise. Show them your beauty. Ashe, ashe. Gratitude. Now, beloved, got me my macadamia nuts over here. We're grubbing and we're learning together. Then my ethering over here. You see what I'm saying? Shit real. Real beauty, you know what I'm saying? Within and without. Hold up. And I got my charger well equipped for the day too. Alright. Where's my pointer that I just had? So I told you in the womb, you start off as feminine first. All of us. Feminine energy first, then comes masculine energy. Right? One must, as a god, you must tap into your feminine essence in order for you to start doing with wisdom. Wisdom is feminine. It is she. Even in the Bible, it tells you wisdom is she. Right? Now, intellect, intelligence, intuition, influence, all these words that begins with in comes from the feminine energy. It comes from within. Even us came from within. Gods, I'm talking to you now. Direct. Right? Now, when you begin to respect the divine feminine essence, I'm not saying bow down and praise no woman. Because a lot of these goofy ass bitches Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right. Now, see, when I talk to you, I'm not teaching you to do no goofy ass shit. I'm keeping it real and 1,000 and 100% with y'all. All right? I see them nines, I see them yeses. Now, goddess, when I tell you, you got to respect the divine masculine, I'm not telling you to bow down. I said do not worship nothing outside of self. Right? I'm saying, just like I just tackle goofy at low vibration little bitches, I'm going to tell you, a lot of these niggas is goofy as hell and they feminine as hell. Why would you want somebody to lead you that can't teach you shit? The same way. Nigga. N-I-G-G-A. Non-intelligent guy or girl attitude. Remember that. N-I-G-G-A. Non-intelligent guy or girl attitude. Right? Now. So I'm not saying worship. I'm saying have divine respect for each other. I'm saying knowing that these are energies within the vessel itself. Learn how to unify them. When you unify them, you move in balance. You move in unison. Now, once you're able to move in unison, you're able to love self. If you're able to love self wholly, right, completely, then you can love anything outside of self even easier. You can't love nothing outside of self until you can love self within. Remember, you're within. This is just your vessel, your vehicle. You must be able to love within yourself. Once you accept self for truth, for divinity, for what it actually is, love self, then to love your goddess becomes so much easier. To respect her becomes so much easier. To love the God that you're with, it becomes so much easier. There's no faults within you once you begin to accept self for self. You see? Everything becomes more balanced. That's why I always taught y'all, try not to fall in love. That's weird. It's weird. You must rise in love. That is truth. That is divine. When you fall, it hurts. You have to get back up. You see? You don't want to fall.
You fall off the bike, your knees get chipped the fuck up. You don't want that. You want to rise. We all want to rise. This is why you choose beings based on spirituality, not religion. Based on vibration. Do we resonate? Do our energies build on each other, or do we clash? I'm not talking about because you find some god sexy or you got some dick on him and all. None of that. I'm not talking about because you think she's beautiful and you can trick her brain real quick and get something out of her real quick. No, I'm talking about real resonance. Real resonance. I make your heart tick the fuck better when you see me. That type of shit. I make you smile just by the essence of my voice. You think of me and you glow in immediate resonance. Understand? Your day fucked up if you don't hear me. Resonance. And vice versa. See what I'm saying? So I have to teach what's happening for y'all to learn. Look. For now, certain things that I see, I've been going live a lot. I have a lot of things I need to get out before I start focusing back on the normal things that I would like to focus on. But right now, I got to get out a lot of shit because there's so much that needs to be done before the summertime kicks in. Because if I tell you there won't be a summer, you won't understand what I'm saying. You won't have no summer. This shit is too deep. All right? There's no summer. And this is the last winter. Hey, it's March and you're already heating up. Look. I already told you, you came from the divine feminine. This is the word 9 at the end. Feminine. Not feminine. That's wrong. That's word magic. It's feminine. Right? And from the feminine came the masculine. Masculine. Line for lineage. Because the masculine energy came from the lineage of the feminine. We came through her. You see? Through. Not from, but through. The goddess was created by source. From her, they spliced her, made a womb man. From her came the god. From the god, spliced to make the man species. Feminine is XX. Like I told you, we're recapping real quick before we move to the next segment. The next one, which is masculine, is XY. This is supposed to be Y already, but you know we passed this part in class, so that's why we put it right here. Hold up. If you was already in class, you know what's going on. We're recapping real quick. All right? Feminine or feminine, and this is masculine. XX chromosome is from what they call Eve gene, but we've been here long before the Eve gene. Right? So this is not the Eve gene. It's actually shaped like an X because you came from planet Xylanthia. A planet that's in the 19th galaxy. Right? This is the name of the planet you came from before you descended down here. From the Xylanthia, which is X, you get the X chromosome. Why? Because the planet that you came from literally shapes like an X. What they call planet X. Right? Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. You came from Xylanthia, planet X. Notice, I've always told y'all, they could have called this a G gene, a K gene, see, a W gene. There's many little different letters in the alphabet. YX. You know what I'm saying? YX. So you came before you descended down here. Remember, everything, like I always told y'all, exists in the stages of matter, whether it's going to be solid, liquid, gas, or plasma, right? When you're in higher realms, in the ethereal form, you're in a plasmic form. You lack a physical vessel, so you don't have blockages. You don't have things that constrict you. See what I'm saying? Najma. I'm not a comedian, but fuck, so funny you laughing about. Do we need to get your goofy ass out of class or something? Stop playing with me. All right. Look. Xylanthia is a planet that shapes like connects. They call it Planet X in many of these movies, right? But it's called Xylanthia. Xylanthia is so dark that it's actually very luminous, right? In your true form, right? You're light beings. The word angel means angles of light. Angels mean angles of light, right? So in your true angelic form, you're a light being. Light is plasma. Light is the same thing as electricity. Lightning, root of word of lightning is light. Light is plasma. Lightning is plasma. You know what I'm saying? Plasma. So that's light, right? The sun. So you can understand when I say to you, Xylanthia is a planet that's so dark that it's very luminous. The sun, right? What color is the sun? Let's talk real quick. Where are my day ones at that really been in class? What color is the sun? Where y'all at? Interact with me now. The sun is black. Thank you. The sun is black. It always has been black. The sun is black. You know what I'm saying? For my brother, Black Rambo. The sun is black. Peace, God. Black. I love you, my brother. You know I'm just correcting you. I ain't disrespecting you. You know how I get down. It's black. When you look at the sun under UV light, right? It is black. Right? Now, when you go in the sun as a god or a goddess, I don't care if you light skin or dark skin, what happens to you the longer you stay in the sun? I told y'all this the last time we went live before they started, they took my live access already because I said some crazy shit to you. Right? So now, the sun is black, just like you. When you go in the sun, not only do you get charged up, but you notice what start happening to the color of your skin. You get darker. You become black. Blacker, darker, right? What's really happening? I told you, just like how there's a solar system, the root word of solar system or solar is soul. You have a soul within you that they call solar plexus, right around your navel. So your soul is literally in your gut. It's in your belly. That's where your soul is located. And I've always told you, that's why the women say, I feel butterflies in my stomach when she starts getting attracted to something, right? That soul being attracted to another soul because the soul is really a magnet. You know what I'm saying? So, because the sun is black in real life, right? The part that you see that shine is called the chromosphere or the corona. Listen carefully. The part of the, can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? Bella Goddess, I see you. Kenza, I see you. Ooh. Jamie, what's up, beloved? Yeah, so the Ayana Lee, what's up? Jim, what's up, family? Damien, I still in I building. Mad love. Alright. So, because the sun is black or dark in nature, and you are made up of millions and trillions of many suns inside you, they call those chromosomes. I showed y'all last year when I showed y'all the diagram of a sun, the portion of it that shines is called a chromosphere, right? Inside of you, you got a chromosome or millions of chromosomes. Sun, chromosphere, inside you, chromosomes, it's the same shit. It's a miniature version of the sun. So when the sun from without begins to interact with the sun that you got within, right? Or when the solar system from without begins to react with the solar plexus from within, it begins to charge you up, and the more charged up you get is the darker you become, because the sun is actually returning you back to your original self so you can look like it because you came from the sun. You see? You hear me? It is literally returning you to your natural self. The darker you become is the more powerful you become. So, notice, because the sun is charged up as a dark element, you see that's something that's bright and white, but that's called photons. The light you see coming from the sun is called photon energy. That's why plants do what? Photosynthesis. The root word of photosynthesis is photo, which is short for photon, right? So the sun, the plants eat photon light from the sun and turn that light into energy. When you say, I'm taking a photograph, the root word of photograph is photo, which is photon. Light from the sun is called photon. You were taught to call it sunlight, but it's photons. See what I'm saying? Photons. So when you're taking a photograph, you're using the photon light from the sun to graph a picture or graph an image. You see what I'm saying? Now, when I said to you earlier, and also, you know, when you see a rainbow, you got all these different spectrums of colors. That's light being reflected from the sun, because blackness or darkness is a combination of all colors combined. Just like how you'll find a video on my page where I'm showing you a demonstration of putting all different paint colors in a bucket. You stir it up. If you would combine all colors like blue paint, red paint, yellow paint, all this other shit. Put all the colors in a bucket and stir it up, it becomes black. Because black is a combination of all colors. You see? Do you understand? Come on, family, we're taking hundreds. 100,000. Get it up here. See what I'm saying? Put all paint in the color, in a bucket, it becomes black. See what I'm saying? So black is a combination of all colors. Right? When you see a rainbow, that's light being refracted from the sun. That's because all those different spectrums of light is within this so-called black sun that I'm telling you about. When you see the part of the sun so bright, you're seeing the outer layer of the sun, called a corona or a chromosphere. That's what you're seeing. But the sun is actually black, like us. So it's returning you to your natural nature. When you go in the sun and that shit start burning you out, right? You need to be glad. Why? It's purging you out because it realizes the food that you've been eating been filling you up with toxins. So the sun start burning your skin cells because it's really purging you from within. So now you begin to sweat. And I told you from the last time we went live, when you start getting sweat, that is your skin trying to take a piss. Because your body's not being able to let it out through the normal way of how you release through urinating or blowing out through your nose or spitting and all that. So your body, remember, your skin is the largest organ on the body, the largest one. When all your other organs begin to fail because it's too toxic, when you go in the sun will recognize it. It's a healer. It's your healer. You're children of the sun. You know what I'm saying? So as you go out in the sun, it begins to purge you out because the sun from outside begins to interact with the sun within. You dig? When it realized the sun within is too toxic for it to actually do no healing, or themselves can't talk to each other, the sun without start doing some magical shit. It start purging you out from within, from the inside. So from inside, you start sweating out on the outside. That's them cells leaking out all the toxins in the form of what you call sweat. But that's a skin or the cells within you because they can't piss it out normally, or you ain't drinking enough water for it to flush it out normally. Your skin start forcing it out in the form of pissing through the skin. When you get a pimple on the face, on the arm, wherever, that's because your body trying to take a shit, but it cannot do it normally because you're not flushing it out properly, and you keep putting goofy ass toxic foods inside of it. So the sun find a different way to attack you. It start purging the toxins out. So your body begins to try to take a shit. That is what a pimple is. That's feces. Y'all following? Oh my God. God, King Indiana is crazy. Oh my God, what did he say? Remember that? Your body is taking a shit and piss through your skin, the largest organs. Remember, you got many pores all over this shit. Millions of them all over your skin. Come on. You know what I'm saying? So, when I tell you the sun is black and that's why you see all these colors showing up, it's the same thing. You're from Xylanthia, the original planet. The first one. From planet X, right? That's where the X chromosome comes from because the planet that you came from literally shapes like an X. It's very dark, but it's still luminous. Let's take it back to it. Y'all know I teach. I might go over there, but I'm going to come back to right here. You know what I'm saying? So Xylanthia, that's why you have an X chromosome. That's why it's not a Y gene, a G gene, it's a X chromosome, an X gene. That's what the movie X-Men is about. The beings with the superpowers. Malcolm X and all of them. But Yakonina, Malcolm X is not the father. Reason why? Because Malcolm X knew the truth and he held the truth from us for too long. Let me get it on in real quick. I love Malcolm. But Malcolm was on some different shit. Malcolm was preaching, you know, the injustices between the blacks and the whites. I'm going in a different level. We're taking this deeper. We're going to genetics. The reason why I'm doing that is because, see, Malcolm was all cool and dandy until he went to the real scholars. When Malcolm finally went and sit down with the gods, notice if you watch all of his interviews, he's talking to you about the injustice between us and them. You know what I'm saying? When he came onto this planet, you know what I'm saying? When he came onto this planet, before he came onto this planet, we know who he was. But when he came onto this planet, he was too focused on the injustice between human beings and us. How we not being treated right. You know what I'm saying? All that. Right? But it was not until Malcolm went and sit down with the gods and they started really enlightening his ass. Like, look, it goes way deeper than this color shit. You are a god. You are this, you are that. And he started really enlightening Malcolm. When Malcolm went over Africa and visited the pyramids and sat with some real gurus. Notice when he came back, he was on some different shit. That's when he started he tried to get that meeting over there with what's his name? Martin Luther King. Another one that basically knew the truth, but try to please. It was trying to please the humans. They was trying to please their rich sponsors. That boy MLK, agent. You know what I'm saying? Was an agent. But Malcolm was not supreme intelligence. No, he was not. He learned to be one of us at the end. And that's when they wiped him out. But the whole time, he was not supreme intelligence. He was not. You know what I'm saying? They wiped him out after he went to visit the pyramids. And then he started learning the truth of us becoming gods. You know what I'm saying? Then he came back and he wiped him out. Then he tried to get a meeting with Martin Luther to put Martin Luther on game. And as soon as he put Martin Luther on game about us being gods the same way, they wiped him out too. But the reason why I say he is not supreme is because he knew the truth and he withheld the truth for too long. I don't rock with the gods that know the real truth and hold that shit from the public. He was supposed to be supreme. Whether he was forced to be an agent or not, still a fucking agent. I'm not making no excuses for these goofies. They could have done the same thing I'm doing from over 20, 30 years ago. We didn't have to suffer through this shit for so long. You know what I'm saying? They seen Bobby Hemmett. They was in this time. You know what I'm saying? They seen Dr. Delbert Blair. They was in this time. But them goofies wasn't getting on that wave. They want to put their necks out there to really step on these humans. They was afraid. So I hear you about Malcolm, but I'm not rocking with Malcolm on some shit like he was like on some super God mode shit. No, he was not. He knew, but he held that shit from us. Bobby was the real deal. Malcolm ain't fucking with no Bobby Hemmett. So I can't really say he's the father. He's the father. No, baby. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Yes, I'm saying, we said, what you say? He had a supreme plan. He was wiser. I think we saying the same thing, beloved. We saying the same thing. He knew what the fuck was up, right? But he withheld truth. He was worried about getting on platform. So I love him for what he did. length that he got to, but Malcolm withheld the truth. See what I'm saying? MLK withheld the truth. Them niggas knew we was gods. Ain't say shit. You know who else I think is a goofy the same way? That boy they call, right now they're saying he's the leader of the spiritual community. Let me tell you something. I don't care what you say. As I told you, beloved, wise or not, when they came here, they was distracted. I came here right after them boys. They came from the same place I came from. We all came here as a part of the 144,000. 9 ether beings. Angelic beings that were sent here to raise this planet in vibration. See what I'm saying? I don't have to be a part of the Black Panther unit to tell y'all this real shit. I don't have to be a part of no unit. A matter of fact, fuck all the units. All of them. We don't need no units. We need to unify together, but we don't need no units. Anything that's outside of the label of us being Atlantean gods, they can keep that goofy ass title. Keep the Muslims, keep the Christians, keep the Jews, keep the Black Panthers, keep all of them. If you knew the truth about us, speak that shit. We don't need a government. We never needed a government. We don't need to be governed. To govern means to control. I'm talking to you about us in the real essence of us flying. Of us being 33 dimensions up. Flying beings. Beings communicate through telepathic communication. Beings that really activated their complete 9 senses. Seeing, smelling, hearing, tasting, feeling, telepathy, kinesis, clairvoyance, psychometry. 9 senses. Real God beings. Fuck being governed. Governed? No. I love you, baby. I'm not having it. I love Malcolm too. See what I'm saying? I love Martin Luther King too, because he had a purpose. But like I said, them boys was 9 ether beings, and them motherfuckers did not release the truth, the 100% truth. They was worried about what they white T friends was gonna say if they say it on certain platforms. Just like goofy ass Billy Carson. Bitch ass Billy Carson went seen all these pyramids. He went and so-called did all these research. And when he get on TV in front of them white folks, he folded. He ain't know what the fuck to do. Bitch ass Billy Carson. If y'all see that goofy ass, tell him I said he's a bitch ass, goofy ass house Negro. Group, because see, I'm gonna call the goofy shit out, and I don't care about how they feel. See what I'm saying? I don't care about no. I don't need no friends. The fuck? His ass took the money. Took the money when we really needed the truth from a being that so-called went to all these pyramids. You know what I'm saying? Went so-called took the money on all these trips. Him and his goofy ass little horse face looking wife better stop playing with us. Talking about, and then look, when you got the humans crowning you as the face or the leader of a spiritual community, when a human crowns you as the leader of or the face, you know you done sold out. You know you sold out. When you see them start getting promoted on TV and the machine is getting behind these goofies, money's involved. They done sold out. And the next one I need to, y'all need, look, I need to get on his ass since I'm releasing some shit. Boy, it's y'all car. That goofy better stop playing with us too. Next to MLK. Kendrick acting like he one of us and shit. Talking about they not like us. Who the fuck is they, nigga? Who is they? Look, Kendrick, let me holler at you. Kendrick Lamar, who y'all talking about? All these Asians. They not like us. They not like, what? Who is they? Look, I know some of y'all gonna be mad at me for saying what the fuck I just said, but I'm being real with y'all. What, y'all love the nigga because he dropped some songs and shit? Let me ask y'all a question. Kendrick was working with a being, angelic being, right? There's a being that Kendrick was working with. See? Look, this is for entertainment purposes only. Now they sending me messages and shit talking about some I'm bullying beings. They ain't say nothing until I said they new favorite golden child. You know what I'm saying? So look, this is for entertainment purposes. I don't want no problems. You know what I'm saying? This I'm crazy. And my live report my live and shit. Yeah, this for entertainment purposes only. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let me break some shit down to y'all. Just be quiet for a little bit. Just be quiet. For now, tap the screen. Put a bunch of down there, tap the screen. Comment, just comment nines. Raise the vibration back because I'm trying to tell you what they're trying to do is they see non-interaction. They feel like, look, raise the vibration. I came at these goofy ass house Negroes just now. I need y'all to really understand so y'all don't take me the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Because I know some of y'all is really in love with these artists and shit. And to y'all, they the holy grail. You know what I'm saying? Just spam the comment section with nines. That's it. Nines. And if y'all dropping hearts down there, nothing but purple hearts. The highest vibration. Nines. Show y'all some shit. The stadium. Right? Since soon as I mentioned the new golden child. Remember, Drake had to do something for them to X him out the way he did. Right? Remember, that was their golden child first. That nigga couldn't do nothing wrong. Nothing. Anything he do was just perfect. Mind you, no matter how many times they exposed that he was not writing those songs, he still was topping the charts. So you know the machine was behind him. Now, they use a artist that seemed to be conscious like us. And they use him to wipe him out. Why? Because right now, you are in the year of the 9, and the conscious minds are rising. We are remembering. So they knew if they use a being that's pushing conscious music, you would swallow that shit the hell up and have no problem with it. You would see him as one of us. See what I'm saying? We ain't gonna say no names. This is for entertainment purposes. Everything I'm saying y'all rocking with me? For the ones who know, you know. Now, because they realized the being was conscious, they start streaming his shit a lot. If you see me lagging, that's not me, beloved. We was good the whole day, and I moved from the. Look, we gonna end the live. Come on.